Crazy man, you sound insane. Do you realize that? You should be medicated.
You come at the cage, you best not miss.
to communicate.
Dead man! Dead man walking!
peoples. What's going on? What's going on? Shout out to my day ones and my stay ones, definitely up in this situation. Listen, people, we had to get some rest yesterday. Seriously. Like, I haven't had a crash in a long time. I'm talking about a crash like when you find yourself sleeping multiple times throughout the day and really can't shake it off, right? But you got to understand, we do this show 7 days a week. Literally 7 days a week. That's why we got so much more content than most other people. Shout out to Miss Brenda in this situation. Love Lace definitely in the building rocking with us. AJ up in this mother. Shout out to all of my people. Shout out. Listen, the heck? We have some hot topics that we're going to talk about tomorrow. But there's something, you guys know that I've been on somewhat of a campaign. This thing, like, you could get these women married. The single moms, you could get them married if they were to come to their senses. Topic of today's show, people. This got single mothers married. You guys need to understand. Deals. You got to make deals. You can't just walk into something. Listen, you got to make deals. You can't just walk into something. Listen, check this out. You guys know how, like, when we're irresponsible, we won't have our bills written down. We'll just, think we know it in our head and things like that. And you can't see the whole picture. You can tell you can't see the whole picture once you get responsible and you start, like, organizing and writing your monthly bills down, right? That's how women are dating today. They're not even thinking about this thing. They're not thinking about if it makes sense. They're not thinking about it. Now, that's the best example that I can give you guys. Let me see this. God. There we go. That should be it. And we got action, people. Listen, we're telling the truth. We're telling the truth. Because look at the data. Look at what's going on. Listen, single mothers, you can get married. You really can get married. Listen, those of you who are halfway cute, you could definitely get married. But the candidate that you really qualify for, you think you're better than him. Listen, I want you guys to check this out. I want you guys to pay attention when I say this. How we can prove that you don't qualify for a man who's above what you've been getting. The evidence is what you've been getting for years. You've been getting a certain caliber of guy for years. And I'm talking about only one that's willing to deal with you on a serious level, right? I'm not talking about the ones who smash and dash. I'm not talking about that. Listen, right now, before the ish hits the fan and everybody's wishing to God that they had have gotten a man, you can still score. You just have to be willing to negotiate. You guys aren't negotiating. You guys are coming in like Wild Bill Hickok, just firing off. I want that. You can't have it. If you are a woman right now who believes in the urgency of getting somebody to spend the rest of your days with, someone when the body starts breaking back down, someone when you get bad news, someone who's going to make sure that it is not a thing for you guys to still be getting your groceries efficiently at the age of 76. What you people are signing up for is a death certificate. If you really think that you can handle this journey called life by yourself, you people are absolutely nuts. Listen, how's that been working out? Things haven't even hit the fan yet. And those of you who are single mothers, those of you who have been doing this thing by yourself for the last 10, 15 years, check this out. You know what we don't hear anybody talking about, people? You know what we never hear people talking about? We never hear the single moms talking about how hard their lives are. Right? That's the part we don't get to hear. Do you know how many of them it is that are just breaking down in their showers crying in the bedroom, pillows soaking wet? Nobody's talking about that part. Nobody's talking about how tough it is to be a single mom. And yet you guys do it like it's nothing. Hey, YouTube, I need you guys to hit that thumbs up button. We got a very, very small amount of action in here over here on the likes. I want to show you guys something. This is what I'm talking about. For those of you who do not know, this is what I'm talking about. You guys got to pay attention. You got to start looking at this thing for what it is.
A lot of times when men meet me and then they see what type of mother that I am, they want to procreate with me. I promise you.
They want to fuck.
Okay. Great established niggas.
Let's
making
stick on
6
topic.
figures.
That they're even capable of thinking to this degree of warped thinking gives us a glimpse of just how far apart we are in our thinking. We can look at this one video right here and we can see why a great number of African American women will never marry. It's almost as if they really do rush home on Christmas Eve, believing that if they arrive in time, they'll catch Santa Claus putting gifts under the Christmas tree. And we're talking about adults. This woman is in her 40s, single mother, believes that high-earning men desire to get her pregnant, despite the fact that no high-earning men have ever gotten her pregnant.
What?
I'm so effing.
Think about what was said at the end. You've never gotten it. That lets you know how feasible it is for you to get it. You didn't get that guy when you were younger. You don't get better and more valuable the older you get. Check this out.
Tired of the amount of emotional labor that comes with dating black men.
Listen, ma'am. We see that baby in the car seat in the back. Black men aren't your problem. Single moms aren't bad people. They just don't know how to play their role. Single moms could get into relationships easily if they understood that unless you're very beautiful, because you're not able to give a man what all men want, a woman who doesn't have kids, a woman who doesn't have a high body count, then she can't expect from a man all that most women want from a man. For him to never cheat, for him to be well off, right? You ladies are moving like you don't have to abide by penalties. Because no alarm went off when you became single mothers, you thought it wasn't a big deal. You thought it was all good. But how difficult it has been for you to find the type of man that you want and get him to commit is one of the penalties of having children that a man will have to deal with if he comes into your life. You want to find a real relationship? Then understand that if he cheats a couple of times, the pain that you'll feel will be the same as the discomfort of him having a woman who has children. Right? If he's got other flaws, it's no worse than a woman of his having been with a lot of men. Accept his flaws like he accepts your past and your kids. Right? Turbulence, people. You got to make a deal. You guys can't really expect to come in this thing used. Let's be honest, used. You can't really, listen, ladies, I'm telling you right now, this would help you drop your egos. If you would acknowledge all of the things that you've done in your life that we don't even know about. Some of you have been busted down. I'm not making fun of you. Some of you have multiple kids by multiple men, even if it's 2. So wouldn't you think, listen, in every market, ladies, there's an evaluation of price. There's an appraisal taking place. The appraisals take place based on, has the product incurred any damage? What is the age of the product? Why don't you guys get this? How much usage has been put to this product? What the hell do you think an odometer is for on a car? How can we, as human beings, skip the appraisal process? How do we get to skip it? When you lose a leg, your value goes down. Your value goes down when you lose a leg, because now you are only suitable for a small select of opportunities. If you're not that intelligent, your value goes down. You will be closed off from certain opportunities in the job sector. How is it we don't think that we also have to go through the appraisal process? Why is it? Is it so touchy? Seriously? Is it so alarming and touchy to touch? Listen, we even die. Now, if that's not a value loss, it's just amazing. Ladies, did you think that you can come in like that and not have to compensate for the prior damage done to you? It is why you guys aren't scoring. Because trying to come into this thing like you don't really have any damage, dating damage attached to you, it's causing you to not be able to adequately and accurately see the person who really is your legitimate match based on the damage that you did to yourself previously in your life. You coming in pretending that you don't have anything to make up for, that your life isn't that bad and things like that. You coming in like that is causing you to continue looking at the men who you would have qualified for before you had those children and when you still had your youthful beauty. You still got your eyes on them, but they have their eyes on the women who came after you, the 29-year-olds. Now none of them will take you serious because you don't qualify for them anymore. You got to make a damn deal. You got to make a deal. You know what? I want to holler at a couple of women. I want to see here. Give me a couple of ladies up here. I don't know everything, so I got to get a woman's take on this. There is something about women. I don't know if it's a deep desire not to. I don't know. It's almost like that they can't assess things. Why is it such a touchy topic to discuss how we lose value based on the decisions that we make? Ladies, look at your dating outcomes. We don't even have to guess. For those of you who say, you don't know what my dating outcome is, we see you gripe about it every day on TikTok. In large numbers. Shira 7, people like that, their whole fan base says that's what it is. People who haven't been able to do well on the dating market. See, here's the thing. If you guys were to acknowledge, listen to me. If you guys were to acknowledge, I made some mistakes. Start counting the things that you know you've done, that you know men don't typically like. Start counting those things. If you got like 4 of those things, put them all in a category as very bad, bad, not that bad, and great. How many very bads do you have? How many bads do you have? depending on how many very bads you have, depending on how many bads you have, you need to keep it real with yourself. Listen, the universe knows who you are. So if you think you can get over on Stacey Prince like, well, I just hide that I had a train ran on me. I hide that I've had 5 abortions. The universe, you can't hide from the universe. And the universe is who assigns you your mates. The universe is how your mates are assigned to you. You think that you can hide these things, but see, so when people went off to the Gulf War and Desert Storm, all of these places, Vietnam War, they had seen so many things that human beings were not supposed to see, to where when they came back, they had PTSD. And therefore, the government gave them medication, right? It's because certain decisions we make impact us to the degree of medications. Just like women, certain decisions that you make can impact you so significantly to where you won't even know that you've never said anything to anybody about this, but we can just see it on you. We may not be able to see it was 20 abortions, but we can see a disturbance in your energy. We can feel that things are off with you, right? We can tell when you're a mean person. We can tell when you're not feminine. It's just all over you. And it's causing your value to drop. All of the bad decisions that you've made are causing your value to drop. And you don't know it. You are a walking billboard of your value. I just don't understand. Listen, have you ever heard people say, why you always be looking mean? People are peeping you out. We are walking billboards of our souls and spirits. We give people a sneak peek at who we are legitimately on the inside by our facial expressions, by how we walk, right? By our vocabulary. That's how we tell people what our soul looks like, what our spirit looks like. And you guys don't know that you don't qualify for what you desire. If you were to be able to tell your truth about yourself, how many very bads and how many bads you have in your packet, you would be able to humble yourself and say, I made decisions that most men, I wouldn't want my little brother to take on a woman who's made the bad decisions that I've made. And if I wouldn't want my little brother to take on a woman like that, that means I'll probably have to deal with someone who will care about me even with the bad decisions that I've made. And guess who he's going to be? If you got a lot of very bads and bads, it's going to likely be a simp, somebody who's the good guy who you guys don't typically like. It's going to be somebody like that. It's going to be somebody who you're not attracted to. But here's what you're going to have to do. Change your taste buds. You're going to have to change your dating taste buds. You're going to have to start getting serious about life. And once you get serious about life, you start understanding that looks and this and that doesn't always matter, that you need someone, a life partner, to see you through to the end of life. This is why I say you guys need to be willing to cut plea bargains. Because as you're doing it now, this ain't working. This ain't working. You listen. You guys might say, why they be all in our business and, worried about what the women doing? Because you spill your dysfunction and your breakage spills out into society and affects all of us. For every woman who does not have a leader, an assertive leader type man over them, helping them make the best decisions through life, that is a liability dangling out there in society. You're going to have more bastard children, and because they'll have extreme amounts of hurt, pain, lack of love in them, they're going to go out into society and push out that pain, push out that hurt, push out that I wish I had a dad in the form, what do they call it? Those sticks. This is what I'm telling you guys. You don't qualify for what you think you qualify for, because if you did, you would have gotten it. What a lot of you guys think you qualify for, what a lot of you ladies desire, you've never gotten it. Does that tell you anything? It doesn't make you a bad person. It means, are you crazy? And listen, then there's men like myself who tell you guys these things. We tell you guys these things. You know they make sense. Listen, you know what we say makes sense. But because of how deep your ego runs, you can't accept it. Before you accept information from Stacey Prince, you'd rather keep doing it your way to show everybody that you don't need nobody's information, to show everybody that you got this. You'd rather go out and never end up having anybody who truly legitimately cares about you. Listen, the type of men that you fantasize about, the type of men who maybe you've even been getting stretched out by, the type of man that all of you guys act like you want, the Morris Chestnuts when he still had his hair and things like that, and the brothers, the Michael B. Jordans and the things of all of these guys. Listen, I'm going to tell the truth. Those aren't even the tip of the iceberg. The hood ninjas, the assertive ones, but not hood ninjas. I'm talking about the ones who go to work dressed in professional attire, these things. You've never gotten one because you can't get one. We see it on you. We see the problems on you. We see the bad decisions you've made in life on you. We can feel it when we hug you. If we talk to you for more than 25 minutes on the phone, we can pick up on most all of the elements that are wrong with you. We can pick up on daddy issues. We can pick up on if she has an attitude. We can kind of pick up on if this is going to work with us or not. And you not being able to see this about yourself, you not being able to see the damage and instead pacifying it, making it seem like it's not as big a deal as it is, because you can't see those things, you don't have it in you to acknowledge you probably qualify for him. So, but listen, let's talk about this. What happens if you never come to understand who you qualify for? I'm going to read the comments. I want to know. What happens if women never come to understand who they do and don't qualify for? I want to see what somebody's going to say. Shout out to AJ in this situation. Definitely kicking it off for us. Yeah, listen, come on, man. Who wants to hear that crap? You've been ran through, and now that you come to me, you celibate. Are you nuts? You know that we laugh at that stuff even if we don't laugh in your face. Are you crazy? You listen, I'm going to tell you ladies this too. This is not to make any light of you ladies. Listen, so some of you look worn out. Some of you look worn. Some of you look a little beat up because of all of the bad dating decisions that you guys have made. Listen, drinking alcohol all the time, going out all the time. Listen, getting stretched out, dealing with a lot of men. That stuff takes a toll on you physically. You're the type who doesn't know how to say no to an invitation. And that's one of the elements that gets us in trouble often. Give me a second here, people. Shout out to EJ in this situation for rocking with us and supporting the show. Listen, I'm telling you guys right now, this is why we say women, Jesus Christ, are you kidding me? This is why we say that women who don't have a man covering them or haven't had a man cover them at some point in time in life are of little significance to the planet. And it's based upon how badly you guys need somebody to lead you. It's based on it. Listen, What we're saying is a lot of you think that this isn't true because you got your master's degree and you did well for yourself in certain sectors and things like that. But your life decisions are bad. Listen, I want all of you ladies to acknowledge and understand that, okay, you got your degree. Okay, look at your life decisions. A piece of paper that means nothing essentially, right? Real life, pain, setbacks, pain. And you guys don't get it. You guys don't get it. The decisions that you're flunking in are the most important decisions. The things that you guys brag about is nothing. Oh, I got my master's. Okay, your life is effed up. You got 2 or 3 children by 2 or 3 different men. Your life is very complicated. Okay, you got a master's. You guys are making the least of things more important than the greatest of things. We're talking about when you're 60 years old and Lord forbid you got some type of news, but now you can, a stroke. And because you were out here playing games, you don't have somebody to see you through to that stroke. It's very, very, very sad and very unfortunate that especially black people don't think about this. It's very, very disappointing because there's going to come a time that reality is going to reveal all those of you who thought you had more time to play with this thing than you do. There's a reason why God coupled up 2 of each animal on Noah's Ark. Life is so much easier with 2. When we operate as 2, things get so much easier. They get so much easier. Imagine really, I'm going to tell you how messed up these women really are. I was just about to say, imagine going from where you're at right now to only having to pay half of the bills you pay. But then it dawned on me, these women are so effed up. They've been tricked into saying even that's not good enough. If a man's not paying 100% of the bills, he's not worthy of them. You don't have nothing but a vagina. That's all you have. This is what I told you guys. Women communicate through their vaginas. Every speed bump, every obstacle that they encounter, they utilize some form of sexuality to communicate their way through that obstacle, through that speed bump. They do. You've seen all of the movies. Listen, you've seen all of the movies where the cop will be behind the woman and she'll see him walking up to the car and she'll unbutton a couple of buttons. In today's society, guess what they do? They walk around half naked. It is their way of communicating. But you're not going to be able to use your sexuality as it pertains to the serious matters of life, as it pertains to the 60-year-old you, the 65-year-old you. That stuff is not going to get you anywhere. What you're actually going to have to do is you're going to have to keep being bigger hoes as you get older, because as you get older, you will have less and less to offer any man who would want to spend any significant amount of time around you. It will really get to the point then, as you get older, you'll really have to be willing to do something just to get a man to come visit you. Why would I come visit a 60-year-old? Why would I come visit a 65-year-old? Why? The only thing that I could think of is to knock you dead upside your damn head with the infamous belt buckle jingle. That's it. And you're definitely getting hit with the infamous belt buckle jingle. At that age, as you decline, for those of you who don't know, the infamous belt buckle jingle is that moment when a man is on top of you and he releases. Because he can find nothing in common with you, he doesn't find you the least bit attractive, and he's sobered up. The first second that that man releases his wad on your stomach, the first thing that you hear is that man reaching for his pants, letting you know, I'm out of here. Or some of you have been hit like this. Shit, what you about to do, shorty? You will be forced to have to live a life like that. If you wait until your value drops significantly, you'll be forced to have to live your life like that. You'll be forced to pretty much be that old lady that, you know what I mean, has got a couple of the older guys that come knock her off from time to time. You're setting yourself up for a bad existence in your later years of your life. Some men are setting themselves up for a bad existence, but it's different. Men can always get married. Long as we're not mentally impaired and we don't have any addictions, we can always go find somebody to lean on. We can always go find a woman to marry. You guys have been shielded away from the harsher aspects of life. You've been shielded. Think about when something bad happens to a woman, the world moans. Bad things happen to men every day, and they don't even make the police and blotter in the newspaper. That's how it is. That's why we're so tough, because we have to deal with confrontation head on. We don't get any routes around it. We really do go to jail for 10, 15, and 20 years. We don't get many warnings about this thing called life. So we have to build defenses up for when life comes knocking at our door. We have to be very cautious. We have to use the gift of vision that God gave us to allow us to protect us from oncoming dangers and threats in the form of bad decisions, right? In the form of following your lust more than your logic. We have to be prepared for these things, which is why it seems like we're so much sharper than women. Like, you guys have seen women with PhDs and master's degrees and all of that come up here and be kind of made to seem like, you know, they didn't have any good points, right? It's because we have to be sharper than you. Because if we're not sharper than you, if we make some of the bad decisions that you guys make that would be the equivalent to having 2 or 3 children by 2 or 3 different men, it could be the difference in us losing our life seriously, for real. So we're more cautious than you. We look, by the time your guys' vision stops, ours keeps going. We look that much far ahead of the game in order for self-preservation. But you guys aren't doing that. You guys aren't doing that. You guys aren't setting yourselves up for a good life outcome in the later years of your life. That thing has to be prepared for. That thing has to be set up years before it actually comes. You can't just wait till you're 60 years old and say, I'm ready to get serious now. You can't wait until you're 50 years old and say, I'm ready to get serious now. Some of you right now are telling yourselves, I ain't gonna keep on doing. He ain't lying, girl. I ain't gonna keep doing this for long. Probably in a couple more years. Don't even know that you don't have a couple more years. Don't even know that you don't have a couple more years. You don't even know a stroke is coming. Somebody's gonna have a heart attack, survive it, but need some help. Listen, you guys have not even set yourselves up to where if you found somebody today, you would know them long enough for them to be willing to wipe your butt if you needed it. Listen, your clock doesn't even start until you actually meet the individual you're going to be with. You guys haven't even, your clock is not even started yet. So until your clock gets started, the time that it would take for you to get to know that person on such an intimate level, it takes about 3, 4, 5 years after that. It takes about 5 years to get to know somebody to the point where you both feel obligated to risk grave dangers for each other. I'm talking about childhood friends. I'm talking about people who knew each other for some years. People like that. Those are the people who can take themselves to a place where I can say I care about her enough to wipe her butt while me and her together, some this and that happen. I know her whole dang on family. But that's not most of your guys' cases. It's not most of your guys' cases. Listen, if you don't stop living for the moment and trying to have all of this fun. Listen, we know orgasms feel good. We also know this. We also know the nigga that got that zazz about himself, right? That nigga that got that Whenever he come around, you know, it's dope vibes. Everything's cool, right? You just feel how this brother just hold himself, right? You just like being around him. But you know that, you know, you hanging around somebody like, Negro's gonna want to smash. So you're getting smashed. And then it starts turning into you getting smashed by every man who you feel like, I like the way he holds himself as a man. I like his charisma. I like how masculine he is. You're seeing that and you're seeing it. And the more people that you let smash makes it seem like it's all right to let other people smash. You develop a mindset that follows those thought patterns. You guys don't know, I've said this earlier, when you get smashed a lot, when you get high-level dating damage done to you, when you have multiple children by multiple men, we see it all over you long before we ever speak to you. We can see it. We can feel it off of you. We can tell if you're a single mom versus if you have kids and the man is at the house right now. We can feel it because we will see you looking, feeling, and communicating like a person who would be going through being a single parent mom. A woman who would likely be going through getting busted down a lot, and what we all know comes with that. We can see it on you. We can feel it on you. And that's why we treat you like we treat you. Some of you be like, yeah, but these niggas don't be staying around. That's why after we gone. Because I already evaluated you. Listen, we can tell in your vocabulary. Up and did. You're ghetto. You've picked up the traits and trends of the ghetto chicks. And now you trip out when we treat you like that. I promise you, ladies, I promise you, you are getting treated out there how you're supposed to according to the energy you're pushing out. Men aren't listen, have you ever thought about this, ladies? Look at how crazy this would be. She's an amazing woman, feminine, beautiful, and soft-spoken, just positive. I think I'm going to treat her badly. Doesn't even sound right because we don't do it. Even the women who are amazing that we, don't do right by, we might cheat or something like that, they still matter to us. They're still very important to us. It still hurts us a little bit when we hurt them. Some of you ladies, it wouldn't hurt or affect a man. Never mind. I'm not even going to go there. I'm telling you guys, your dating value matters. Your dating value matters. And it's time that you ladies acknowledge that you came into the game devalued a little bit. Say it to yourself. Be real with yourself. It's because nobody has ever told you this. That's why when you hear Stacey Prince talk, it sends shockwaves through you, right? Like, what the hell did he just say? No, you need to have this conversation. You need this conversation. You will never know who you're supposed to be with if you never figure out what your true dating value is. Imagine going into a store and they have no price tags on any of the items. What are you going to do? If you don't know the value of these things, what are you going to do? You're going to have to communicate. Just like you guys need to commute, men are communicating with you and we're telling you that your value has dropped, but you don't want to hear it from us. We are the consumers of women. We are the consumers of women. We don't just see things that are amazing, resemble high levels of value, and say, she's amazing. Everything about her is dope. I think I'm going to go in the opposite direction. No, that's not how that works. That is not how that works. I promise you, ladies, right now, count the last 3 men that you've been with, what their demeanors were, what their character were, and that's your level. If you do a mathematic average, that is what you qualify for. Even if one of them has an immaculate personality, job, and all of that, but 2 of them that you dated, they kind of, Those two are what you typically qualify for. You know how we know what a person qualifies for? By what we've seen you get. It's apparent that that's what that person qualifies for. They were able to get it. If you can't get a job that pays $100,000 a month, I'm sorry, $100,000 annually, it means that apparently there is nothing inside of you. There is no skill set that you have that has been deemed worthy of $100,000 a year. That's why none of you have cracked the $150,000 a year mark. Because as of what you've already shown the universe, you don't qualify for it. If you qualify for it, you will get it. Listen, if you were one of the lead coders on the internet, you could crack 150 to 250 easily at Facebook. And not only that, Facebook would start a bidding war over you because of your qualifications. Because of your qualifications. A lot of you are shooting too high. Ladies, if you are a single mother, you got to make a deal. You got to make a deal. And I don't know why you guys think that you don't. Whoever was trying to just come up, I tried to pull you up, but you disappeared. Listen, you ladies have to humble yourselves. It's the very reason, it's 100% of the reason why a lot of you haven't been in relationships in years. Some of you have been chronically single for years. And it's because you don't understand what you do and don't qualify for. Imagine, let me ask you guys this. What happens to a person who never figures out what they qualify for? It will resemble modern women today. If you don't know what you qualify for, you don't know how to negotiate. You got to know what you qualify for in order to even effectively negotiate. If you qualify for $250,000 a year earners, then that means you should at least be able to go to one person who makes $100,000 a year who will treat you amazingly and lock a deal within him. But if you stick up there with the guys who make $150,000 a year, they are overqualified for you. So those are the guys who will deal with you, but they're going to cheat on you. That's why I tell people, step a notch below what you really think your valuation is. Step a notch below it. Because if you stay up there amongst the men who your numbers reflect you qualify for, those men qualify for a multitude of women. You're going to get cheated on. But if, ladies, listen, you want to be in a predicament where a man thinks the world of you. You can't do that dealing with top tier men. You can't. You won't have any negotiating leverage. You will not have any negotiating power because they won't be tripping about losing you. If you can't deal with this, okay, that's fine. I got 5 beautiful chicks in rotation. Are you stupid? And it's why, listen, it's why women have never had, I'm not going to say never because I went through a whole simp phase, but I'm saying men like myself won't have problem with women because I don't care. Bye. I don't have to even sit back I don't have to sit back and try to get you to stay because I know already 3 other women who I've dealt with over the last X amount of years. If I get pressed for a relationship, I can call one of them. Immaculate behaving women. Right? But the men who are super desperate and they don't do well with women, those are the men who pump your guys' heads up and make you think that your evaluation is higher than what it really is. And then once they pump your heads up, you're all over social media and things like that, caking the makeup on, stapling the dead people's hair in your head and things like that, and makes you think you're even badder than what you are. And you never get what you think a bad woman, as bad as you think you are, should be getting because you're not really as bad as you're making yourself out to be right now. You're not. Listen, I had to tell somebody today, It was a lady. What was she talking about? She was talking about beauty or something like that. And I told her, I said, men don't judge beauty how you guys do. We judge beautiful women based on what they would look like without the eyelashes on, what they would look like without all the makeup, what they would look like when they take the wig off. That's how we judge women. We can tell if you're bad or not. We can tell to what extent this thing is. Your skin sitting over here all powdered up, looking like the powder on a donut. We know that that is oversaturation of makeup. And why do you have that on? We can see through it a little bit. We can see the curvatures in your face. And this is what I'm telling. I don't even know the purpose of that stuff because it doesn't faze us. It doesn't faze us. We dig naturally beautiful women. Listen, you don't even have to be gorgeous. Even some confidence in your looks can be attractive. But when you're saturated in makeup, it tells us that you're terrified to be who you really are. I'm talking about you look like a completely different person. Here's what you're going to have to negotiate with. You're going to have to be a nice person. You can be a baby mama. You can have a couple of kids by a couple of different men. And if you're nice, if you're pleasant to be around, if you're not big, you can get a decent man to lock you down just for the sake of being around you, since he's already deemed that being around you feels like a very positive experience. Being around you seems like everything's going to be all right. Being around you makes it seem like everything's going to be all right. And it's going to take what I call a life overhaul. Some of you have been operating inside of the you for so long to where it has become who you are. It has become who you are. And a lot of times we don't have the tool that is required to fix something like that inside of our toolbox. Most other things we could reach in the toolbox God equipped us with when he created us, and we can find resources to fix a lot of the obstacles in our path, right? But there are some things that you simply cannot fix. You ladies are going to have to make deals. You're not as bad as you think you are. And I'm talking about as beautiful. You're not as beautiful as you think you are. How can you be as beautiful as you think you are and men have been walking past you? Listen, I think there's a research that says we cross paths with roughly, I think it is 100,000 people a year. Let's chop that in half, say 50,000 of them are men. Depending on how long you guys have been single, some of you guys have crossed paths with 300,000 men and have not given them any reason to see enough value in you to lock you down. That's nuts. There's things about you. It's not the world. Everybody like to act like they being picked on. No, the universe is not getting it wrong. The universe is not getting it wrong. Listen, shout out to my people over here setting it off in the super chat. Shout out to my bro Larry over here, making sure we keep the lights on. Kelvin definitely in the building over here rocking out with us. They expect for their kids to take the burden. Okay? Hands up in this situation. You already know. The infamous belt buckle jingle in full swing. AJ is definitely in the building, hitting it right on the mark. Humility is key. Humility is key. Listen, if you're not humble, you guys will never really be able to tell the truth about your dating value. I just don't know why you guys really think that you're gorgeous and that you're that bad and you have to leave the house caked up in makeup, stapling other people's hair in the top of your head. All that you have to do should tell you. Listen, I'm not trying to be hard on you. I'm just telling you how to get a man tomorrow. You got to humble yourself and accept the kind of guy who would accept a woman who has 2 or 3 children by 2 or 3 different men. He's not going to be the guy who, listen, a guy who is the guy that you're attracted to, the guy who you think a dreamboat is, he is a dreamboat, meaning he has options that make it utterly foolish for him to stop at you and go ahead and lock you down with 2 or 3 children by 2 or 3 different men, opposed to the 3 baddies that he has in his rotation that have no kids, who are fit, who are feminine, who are submissive. So get your mind off of that guy. Get your minds off of that guy. You guys spend so many years, you waste so much time just to find out what you don't qualify for. And it's all delusion. You're staying on this very same hamster wheel for so long, not getting anything accomplished, just holding out in pride to still get the person that you want. He hasn't came yet. He hasn't came yet. So why are you still waiting on him? You wouldn't wait on your ex like that. You didn't give your ex time at all. You just left. Right? But here you are waiting on a fantasy. Somebody who you don't even have any evidence to suggest that he's open to locking you down or entertaining you. You're just hoping that Romeo appears. And it's not been working out well for you. Throughout the time that you've been hoping for Romeo to appear, your body count has went up. You've been getting smashed like crazy. Personality getting worse due to getting smashed and getting knocked upside your damn head with the infamous belt buckle jingle. You've gotten tired of the infamous belt buckle jingle. Men banging you out, then getting up, reaching for their pants. All kinds of trauma floating through your oxygen as you breathe it in. We are flabbergasted by why you won't listen to us. We're sitting here giving you guys cheat codes. It's not going to work. You're going to have to make a deal. It's time to cut a plea bargain. And here's what you're going to have to do, ladies. Oh, this is about to get ugly. Dang it. Turbulence, people. Ladies, because of the dating damage that you did to yourself, the bad decisions that you made earlier in your life, they came at a price. Those bad decisions, see, because we don't hear a bomb go off or because we don't hear it out loud on trumpets that some bad decisions that we made affected our dating value. If every time we made a bad dating decision, that affects our dating value, a horn went off or some type of trumpet sounded, it's like then we would be able to better acknowledge how much our dating value is going down. But since there is no trumpet or things like that, people don't acknowledge that there are penalties for bad decisions. Even way back when you had your daughter, way back when you first had your son, you thought that didn't come at a penalty just because nothing happened right then and there. Now look how you get treated as single mothers. That's the penalty. You don't qualify for the men that you wish you qualified for. That's the penalty. A lot of you ladies right now are having a tough time. Listen, it's been rough out there on the dating highway for a lot of you. It's been daggone rough. It's been rough for you. That is evidence of what I'm saying. That's why it's been so rough for you. Unfortunately, that is part of the penalties of being a single mother. You have to pay for that. How hard it has been for you on the dating highway now that you have 1 or 2 children by 1 or 2 different men is the penalty for doing it in the first place. My grandfather used to say, you can't unring the bell. Like once you get in that boxing ring, you can't unring that bell. There's a thing called irreparable damage, meaning it likely cannot be repaired. It's that bad. That right there is what I call having children out of wedlock. Being a baby mom. There's nothing you can do about it outside of get back with the man who got you pregnant. And if you could do that, then that would beg the question, why did you guys part ways in the first place? Ladies, you're supposed to be fighting for dear life to not be single because it's a bad existence. There's a reason why when you get in trouble, in prison, they send you to solitary confinement because it's a punishment to be removed away from society, to be removed away from other human life taking place. It's not supposed to be that way. We weren't designed for that. We were coupled up. Noah's Ark, they were coupled up. Hey, who was that? Honey something? I just accepted his thing or her thing. You guys do not have the leverage. I'm not going to say that you think you have, but the leverage that you wish you had. You don't have it. In order for you guys to be okay throughout this journey called life, you're going to have to learn how to make a deal. But in order to learn how to make a deal, you have to first come to the conclusion that you even need to make a deal. And a lot of you guys are walking around like with this makeup and with these hair weaves and things, preventing you from knowing what your true worth is. If you don't know what your true worth is, how can you discover your true value? If you don't know what your true value is, how can you discover who you qualify for and who you don't? And that's how you guys are moving. You guys are moving like people who live their lives in their head. They don't write down how much money comes out of their checks per month. They don't write down all of the bills that they have to pay throughout. They just think they have it in their head until they forget a couple of the things. That's how you guys are dating. You guys are dating on a whim. You guys are dating based on who you think you qualify for, but you haven't gotten him. You haven't gotten him. Shout out to AJ over here up in this piece. What do you say? Stimulating the... You already know. I appreciate you, my bro. Listen, check it out. My bro said a natural 5 beats a wigged up, lashed up 9. Yeah, man, we just, we tell y'all these things and you just don't get it. Me, myself, I wouldn't date a 9. I don't want her. I'll smash her, but I don't want her. It's a headache waiting to happen. Very, very beautiful women. It takes a very special woman to be very, very beautiful and no aspects of it go to her head and cause her to overdose in her own self-confidence, right? And I'm not dealing with that. I'm not even trying to wonder, is she going to be doing... I'm not being in any situation where I have to constantly have my guard up, I'm not doing any of that. A very beautiful woman, I'll tap her out or something like that. But other than that, I wouldn't dare put my confidence and my hopes and my heart into hinging that she won't do one of the things that might break my heart. Nah, I'm not doing any of that. Easy to be cocky when you can wear a fake face. Yeah. And see, this is partially what we're talking about over here today. Like, if you guys really did know what you qualify for, you could get it. You could get it. If you knew what you really did, Angelisa definitely in this situation. You could get that. You could get that if you were to humble yourself and acknowledge that, listen, my man has cheated a couple of times, but I did come into his life, without my life being put fully together. You guys can't do that. You guys expect the treatment. You guys, listen, are used women expecting the treatment of stellar women. I'd really like somebody to tell me, do you guys really believe that? How come you listen? And we know that they're crazy enough to believe it because they won't even accept a man paying 50-50 and they got 2 children by 2 different men. Feet ashy and ugly, skin flaky and ashy. Whole different level of delusion we're talking about. Listen, shout out to Dub in this situation, rocking out with us. Yeah, I'm not doing it either. I'm not doing it, bro. For real. Like it's too much involved in it. You know what I said I was going to start checking out too? Dr. K in this situation. Lady D said, I always ask, do you feel the same way about yourself when you take the wig and makeup off? Yeah, see, if you won't be the real you, then you can't evaluate who you really are and what your true value is and what you qualify for. If you never figure out those things, then you'll never figure out if you don't know what you qualify for, how are you going to know what to shoot your shot at and what not to shoot your shot at? How are you going to know when the men who are walking by you are justifiably walking by you opposed to the men who are stopping? Listen, I want to play this again real quick. Won't do 50-50, but already do 100% with a deadbeat. Yeah, that's crazy to us. That's crazy to us. She said a boatload of makeup and lashes. Yeah, listen, I want to check you out. I want to check you out. Shout out to Dr. K over here in this situation. Rocking with the fan club for 200 days now in this situation. But then again, I know who my people are. This girl is nuts. Shout out to Lovelace in this situation. Lovelace said, we want them to understand she can still get her sugar box hit, but that's it. Yeah. That's what we tell y'all about those bad decisions, but you guys keep on doing it. Shout out to Dove trying to come up and snap out. I want to see if Dove got good sense for real. I want to see if she knows women have to take a plea bargain. Dove, do you know that women have to take a plea bargain? LJ in this situation. My brother AJ stimulating the mind. Pouring into the show. Listen, you know what? Where are the ladies at? Hey, give me 2 ladies up here on TikTok. Let's have a conversation. I want to get you guys closer to the promised land. Dove is nuts. Dove's like the mascot of the show. Dove is a link right below you, since you don't know what I mean. Going once, Dove. Dove, I just dropped a link down there. What's wrong with you, man? Shout out to AJ over there pushing people towards the goal. The memberships. Sweets.
How you doing, Pierre?
Life is amazing. Tell me how your night is going.
Going wonderful. How about yours?
Just amazing. I can't lose. Listen, do you find any credibility in what I said? Listen, it's with everything. It's with everything. Used car lots, we have to negotiate, right? Because those are damaged goods. Let me ask you this. Do you believe that a woman has to reach deep down inside of herself and kind of negotiate when she's like either had children by somebody else or things like that? Listen, Sweets, you have a special needs child.
Yes.
Okay, now let me ask you this, sweetie. If a quality man came into your life, do you think, let's say the type of man you're typically attracted to, Michael B. Jordan, just somebody like that, some very, the type of man who you would be attracted to, most women are attracted to. Do you believe that even though you have that taste, that if a man came into your life and took on some of your issues, because that's how we do this. Men come into your life, my problems become your problems become my problems. You see what I'm saying? So do you think that you would have to make a plea bargain to be able to get that guy? Like, because most guys who are on that upper level, they kind of don't want to date a single mom. But there's a way that a single mom can get a quality man to date them. She would have to sweeten the pot. She would have to fix the deal.
Definitely. Yes. Yes.
Do you think these women don't know that, or they're just kind of like...
I think some don't know, really, truly don't, because like you said, they haven't been told this. And then when they are being told, it's a shocker. You know, you're absolutely correct. They haven't been told this.
You gotta make a deal. If you have a car that gets banged up a little bit, you can't sell it for what you bought it for.
Right. I'm definitely gonna try to sweeten the pot.
Exactly. But see, Sweets, you're gonna come with a kicker anyway, though, because you're already feminine and nice and things like that. Those are the things that I'm talking about women gonna have to utilize to sweeten the pot. You're gonna have to be nice. You're gonna have to be something someone looks forward to coming back to. A lot of you guys think you can be ugly, have 2 or 3 children by 2 or 3 different men, be fat, and you still qualify for the same man that you want, not the man that you qualify for. And that is what is keeping you guys single.
Yes. I think that's what they're getting mixed up. You know, what they're qualified for and what they want.
Listen, we
I think
all qualify for something. Ain't no shame in that. Ain't no shame in that. We all qualify for something. Some of us were not born as attractive as the next person. So we have to utilize that for what we can. Do the best we can with what we have.
Right.
If you've gotten out there and you've been busted down, some of you have herpes. You got to make a deal. You got to really sweeten the pot for somebody to come in to deal with that. Or unless you deal with other people who have herpes. Even that's not ideal. This is what I'm telling you guys. For those of you who want to be in a relationship, you're going to have to sweeten the pot because you came in already devalued a little bit. If we start at 100% being virgins and things like that, then that means when we're no longer a virgin, we lose some of our dating value. That means when we have some children, we lose more dating value. So how can you come in at around a 60% deficit, but you're expecting to get the results of an elite upper echelon woman? That's what's messing you guys up. You guys aren't deducting from yourselves. You just come into this thing with damage on you, thinking that you're going to get what this woman who doesn't have any damage on her can get. And it's not going to. Not only is it not working, it's not going to work. Hey, you disagree, Sweets?
Yes. I agree. Wholeheartedly.
It's just very unfortunate because, Sweets, listen, the thing that's doing it is ego. They don't want it to be said, oh, she messing with so-and-so that be mowing the yards and stuff. They don't want that to be said. She thinks that's too good for her. But the truth of the matter is that's her exact match according to her dating value.
If I'm messing with him, he cut my yard free. Don't cut that yard, sir.
That's
Cut
real.
on.
I appreciate you coming up and rocking out with me, Sweets.
Thank you.
All right. Yeah, you got to give up that bad attitude. Shout out to my girl Sweets over here setting it off, showing love on the TikTok. The gift. What's going on, Dove? What's going on, Dove? Unmute yourself, Dove. What's going on, Dove?
Hello.
I have a question, Dove. Do
Hey,
women have to negotiate? Do they have to sweeten the pot when they've already done damage to themselves? Or do you think just because you guys have JJs that you guys don't have to sweeten the pot when it comes to making a deal with a man?
I am so sorry, baby. Like, I did not hear you because I had a lot going on and I was about to totally crash out. But can you repeat it, please?
Do women have to make a deal if they've already done dating damage to themselves when they come into a relationship with a man who's a good man? Do women have to make deals, be willing to give something up, maybe be willing to turn their eye if he cheats a couple of times? Do women have to negotiate, compromise, and make deals when they came into the relationship with another man's kids, or when they came into do they have to make a deal, or do you believe women's with JJ is so powerful that they don't have to do none of that stuff?
First of all, if you're a woman and you have dating damage, why are you dating? Like, the answer is no. Women in that situation should not have to make deals because why are you dating? Heal yourself. Fix that damage. Like, why are you out here in the first place?
Dove,
And
you
trust
damaged
me,
people don't know you're damaged. We can't get y'all to admit y'all
I know I'm
damaged.
damaged. I do. I don't have any sympathy for that. I know I have problems. That's why, I don't date, one, because I have commitment issues, but two, because I know, like, I, I, I don't like to use damaged, but like, yeah, I'm kind of damaged, you know? And
Yet you was
if
just
you
getting
know that
yet
about
you was just getting
yourself,
smashed out 2 weeks ago.
no,
Yeah,
Prince,
you
what you
was
trying
just
to
getting
do? Like, what
smashed
are you
out two
talking
weeks
about?
ago.
No,
Stop playing.
I
And you
was
said
not
that.
getting
And
smashed
you
out.
said the D was fire. So stop playing.
I was not getting smashed out 2 weeks ago, Prince.
Okay, 3 weeks ago.
That was literally like 2 months
No,
ago.
it wasn't neither. The show we did where you said it was no more than 3.5 months ago, 3.5 weeks ago.
Prince, I love how you like to tell me that you know what happened to
So
me
if you
better
got
than I
dating
know what
damage
happened
done
to
to
me.
you, then why are you getting smashed out?
Okay, so first of all, I knew you before I knew that nigga. And when I knew you, what did I say? I don't want to date. I'm happy being single.
That was
And
before.
yeah, that was before I even met that motherfucker. And long story short, when I met him, I felt the exact same way. And I just kind of, Prince, I don't want to talk about it because I'm over that whole situation.
No, you not. What makes you think you over it? When's the last time he tried to call you? Don't be lying.
He called me today
Okay. How do you know?
because I got the call.
How was he doing?
I don't know. I didn't answer. I didn't answer. Like, Prince, I have I have a lot going on, and yeah, like I regret ever, thinking that. And first of all, let me be clear. I didn't want to date this guy. Like when I met him, I was my usual self. I crashed out on
You're just
him.
looking for some smash action.
I wasn't looking for shit.
So how'd you end up getting
He,
smashed for
I ended up, okay, first of all, I didn't get smashed. Like, I was caught. Yeah, bang, 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 bang. Oh, he loved it so much. I'm telling you. It's not whatever you thought that it was.
You
Like I
said
said,
his D was a 10. What do you mean it's not what I thought it was?
because you're like, oh, bang, 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 bang. No, like it was, yeah, it was definitely that. But like I said, Buddy called me today. I can literally
He
pull
just
up the
wanted to
time.
borrow some money, Dove. Stop it.
No, he did not. Prince, why? Prince, can I ask you a question? Like, why do you want it to be something than what it actually was? He didn't hit me up because he wanted to borrow some money. He didn't hit me up for whatever like weirdo reason that you have in mind. He hit motherfucker. He missed me,
He missed them
and
pheromones.
yeah, he missed my pheromones. He missed my poontang. He missed my company. He missed the way I would hold him when he was sad.
Okay,
He
that sounds a
missed,
little GAY. Jeez.
okay, call it whatever you want, but he missed it.
Listen,
And
dude,
yeah,
listen.
I
Ha
would hold
ha. No,
him.
no.
So enough
Listen, when
would.
women are damaged, even if they have psychological issues, do they have to come into this thing willing to make some sacrifice, willing to put up with some things that they wouldn't have to put
Oh,
up with if they hadn't had that damage? Do you think that?
well, my honest opinion is if
You
you're
gotta you
damaged,
gotta overlook some cheating and stuff, Dove. You're gonna have to overlook some cheating and stuff.
no, 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 no. Let me finish, baby. My honest opinion is if you have damage and you're coming into the dating game, yes, you're gonna have to overlook a lot of stuff.
Okay, that's all I'm saying. And is it
No, no,
rightfully
no.
so?
Yeah, it's rightfully so
I
because
just
why are you coming into the dating game when you're damaged?
Cause you're gonna be
Heal
damaged for
yourself.
another 18 years. You got 2 kids, like two different
No,
men.
18 fucking, no. Heal
Give me a second,
yourself,
Dove. Give me a second.
ladies.
Angelisa.
Okay.
Hi, King. How are you?
Listen, my life is absolutely amazing. Tell me how your night is going.
Oh, my night is blessed, baby. My night is blessed. I am sitting here listening to this girl, and now listen.
Prince, don't let her talk to me like that. Like, you already know
I
I'm gonna
don't even
freak
know
out.
what she about to say.
I'm gonna freak out. You're gonna kick me off. Like, check her now. Like,
Look,
stop
Dove
this
know
shit
how this is
now.
gonna go.
Yeah, like you already
She
know.
said you're gonna let her say something about me. I'm gonna crash out, and then you're gonna kick me off the show.
Yeah, like nip this shit in the fucking bud. Like,
Uh,
Prince, like we
I
already
just
know
want
how
to
this is
say
gonna
something
go. Stop
first.
her now. Ew.
No, listen, baby girl. I'm not gonna get on your case. You're a grown woman, and I'm grown too. But baby girl, he asked the question. Okay, he just asked a simple question. And the way you're going, you is digging
Ugh,
yourself in a rabbit hole.
I'm
Okay,
literally not, but okay, go on.
I swear you are, baby. Listen, I just want to give you a word of advice because I have never been where you're at, but I've been close to where you at. Okay, listen, you're never going to, you're never going to unbreak yourself.
I could go for
If
that.
you're,
Need help.
if you're, if you're going to, if you're trying to heal, you're gonna have to go far the fuck away, throw your phone in the river, and leave
Mm-hmm.
everybody alone, and just
Yep.
go off the face of earth. Do you understand?
Yeah, and sometimes you really
Because
gotta
you're
do
going to
that.
go through this same repeated cycle.
I agree with that. They say in the black community, they say you can't get healed in the house you got sick in.
Exactly.
So
Listen, Miss
leave.
Angelisha, I got a question for you. Do
Yes,
you
baby.
believe that if women come in, listen, we're it's almost like we're playing a game, okay? And the dating game is literally what they call it, the dating game. We all come in at zero, but at 100 dating money. But along our journey to our mate, regardless how long it be, we start losing money by, you know, being a hoe. We start losing our money. Men start losing their dating value by, he still hasn't figured it out. He doesn't have a job, things like that. We all can do things that cause us to lose dating value. Now, my question to you is this. Do you believe that most men, if they had a choice, they would prefer not to date a single mom?
Absolutely.
Okay, so that's fine because there's no disrespect. Now, in the event
And most
someone
women
is
would
in the
prefer
ho
to
ho
not
ho,
date a single
in the
dad.
event that someone is a single mom, she can still date. Do you believe that she's going to have to go into that situation acknowledging that she came in with a little dating damage on her and possibly be a little bit more open-minded, be willing to compromise, be willing to overlook some things that she wouldn't have to overlook had she not came in a little bit damaged? Do you think that this is a woman, and I'm not saying a cheater, he shouldn't be a cheater, but if a man makes a couple mistakes, she should try the best that she can to get over it?
Don't kick me
I
out.
think a woman should do that. Yes.
See,
Don't
see,
kick
and,
me
and
out,
here's the thing,
baby.
Dove, don't get kicked off.
Please
I
Listen,
don't
think a
kick me
woman
out.
should go into a relationship because let me tell you something, men in a
Don't
household,
want a
most
baby.
men
Women
doesn't
don't
grow
want
up
a
with
baby
a
daddy.
father.
Don't kick me out. Okay, I'll shut up. Sorry. Don't.
A man doesn't grow up with a baby father. So us as women should nurture that man. Period. That's how I was taught. My father taught me we should nurture a man regardless of a situation.
I agree. Those are the people who stay in long-lasting relationships.
Exactly.
Um,
That's when men recognize a real woman.
you guys aren't supposed to be leaving like you do. There is no way that any legacies can be started if you already know the things that'll make you leave. You're supposed to
Exactly.
be waiting for that stuff to happen, and if it do, you deal with it then. But don't be anticipating it. Don't be knowing that if it happens, you're gonna leave. You are supposed to. If you guys got married, it's talking about through sickness, health, death, do us apart. You guys don't live anywhere close to those vows. You look
And
for reasons to
soon as
leave so
something
you can get
happens,
right
y'all
back. Hold on, so you can
automatically
get right back out there on the dating highway and get busted down by a few of the guys whose D you miss. You were missing his D
exactly.
inside of your relationship. And now you have an excuse to jump back out there and experience it. And it's just not going to end well. That's why you guys don't have long lasting relationships.
Exactly. I agree 1000%. And as soon as something happens, you're ready to leave because, oh, you can't do it. Well, what do you mean you can't do it? You came in legs wide open.
Yeah.
So if you coming in with legs wide open, why you can't take care of the trials and tribulations that come with it?
They can't be still, I'm telling you. And plus, Instagram has given them all of the resources to all of these guys and DMs and things like that. And it's too irresistible for them. Like, there's going to always be guys more handsome than Stacey Prince. There's going to always be guys who look, women who look better than
Mm-mm.
Kim Kardashian, Holly Berry. And them. And what
Who's
about
more
when they
handsome
jump in
than
our
you?
DMs? That's gonna be a problem. It's gonna be a problem. You're gonna have
Oh
to
my
you're gonna have
God.
to fight that temptation. And how many of them are you gonna fight? You're gonna buckle on one of those. So that's why we tell people, if your girl is wrapped around her social media and things like that, I wouldn't be in a serious relationship with a woman whose social media is important to her. I wouldn't be in a serious relationship with. What do you think about that, Angelisa?
When are you going to ask me a
Hold on,
question?
love. I'm at work.
Okay, sorry. I'll shut up.
Go ahead, though. Answer the question.
No, I'll shut up. I don't want to get kicked off. And I'm honestly
I'm
sorry
sorry
to
about
the
that. Can you
sister.
repeat that?
I want to know.
Pardon?
What'd you say, Doug?
No, I was just saying I'm sorry to the sister who I keep interrupting. It has nothing to do with you.
Listen,
And that's the problem too.
listen.
Women
Hold up.
don't sit
I
down
just
and listen.
apologized.
Hold
Like,
up, hold up,
what you
hold up.
gonna do?
Listen, what I'm saying is, on the topic, what I'm saying is, you guys aren't going to ever be able to get into long-term relationships if you already have your mind made up that there's a thing that you can do that he can do that will cause you to leave, or else you guys will perpetually be single. You'll be getting busted down by different men after you get rid of this guy, and it's a repetitious circle. Dove, listen, man.
Be nice. I'm trying to behave.
Yeah, but
I really am. No, be nice. I really am. I'm trying to be good. I'm a good girl.
all right. So
Don't
listen.
trigger me.
All right. So listen, Dove. Do you believe that women who came into the game with other men's kids, seeing the fact that men don't typically like, they can be persuaded to, but men don't typically like to date women. They don't prefer to date a woman who has children. Do you believe that the payment that woman has to make for coming into this situation with dating damage on her, do you think that she has to compromise? She's
Well,
going
of
to have to
course she
do
has
some
to come.
things that she likely wouldn't like to do, things that she wouldn't have had to do before she got those other men's kids, right? Like, be more patient and things like that. Do you think that she's going to have to be more humble than somebody would have to be if they didn't have kids?
Of course. Of course
Yes.
she's gonna have to compromise. But
Yes.
what I want to say is that men
There's
care
no
more
but.
to. No, there is a but. I was saying the but. What I was going to say is that men care more about that today than they used to. And I think that it's kind of like weird. Like, so for example, Prince, I have a stepdad. Um, I am the youngest of four. My mom had four kids, and my mom didn't have any problem dating. And my mom, we're like twins, like chocolate woman, curly hair. You know what I look like. And when I was just a baby, like, she didn't have any problem meeting men. So I don't have daddy issues because when I was like 3 or 4 or 5, I don't know, my mom met my dad.
Dove, where the hell
And
is you going with this?
where I'm going with it is that the way that you feel, how passionate you feel about, oh, baby, da 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 da, women with kids.
It's
Yeah,
an issue.
men, it you feel like it's an issue, but it wasn't until recently, and I'm proof of it, Prince. My
No, it's
mom
not
met
true.
men.
Men have never really desired to take care of another man's kid. It brings a woman's value down. There's a nasty stigma attached to a woman who has children. It causes people to
That's a
think,
new
was she
thing.
promiscuous? It causes people to wonder, you, like how diabolical the sex was. You know, with the we know that if you got kids, you done probably
Mm.
did everything sexually, right? So you've been taken through the ringer.
But Prince, come on, like that's another
It
thing that
is
I
what
do
it
not.
is. That's how men view it. Give me a
Prince, but
second,
here's the
Dub. Give me a
thing.
second.
Okay.
Shout out to AJ in this situation for keeping it going, keeping that static in for the brother Adam. Acting a fool down here. Shit, that's Biggs down there setting it off, acting a fool in this situation. Shout out to my brother Biggs, definitely dropping the 50 ball in this motherfucker. Salute, my guy. Salute. Listen. Listen, shout out to AJ in this piece. AJ said some women willfully go from wife of a man who'd give up his life for them to number 5 in Pookie's rotation. And that's crazy to us. It's what they
But
do.
no, I
It's
think we
what they
really
do.
need to shout out Briggs because $50,
Hold on. EJ
I
up in this
like that
situation
shit.
rocking with us. EJ said it's because Pookie got to hit it and quit it for free. Right. And this is what I'm telling you guys. Tonight's show, I think tonight's show was a good show because it allowed you guys to get to understand how we think. What matters is how we think. We think about you guys have let a few people smash,
Oh,
and now it comes to
girl.
being in a serious relationship with me. You want to act all like you got all these high standards. You don't like cups sitting too close to the edge of the table. You don't like a slipper. No, you're not that person. You were setting it
Yes.
off
Oh.
before, but you listen. You got 2 children, 1 or 2 children by 2 different men, and you're a little bit sassy, a little bit. No, you're gonna come into this situation fully compromised up. You're gonna come into this thing and know that you're on my
And
program,
so
or
are
I'm not gonna deal
you.
with you.
But Prince, the thing is like, I'm honestly afraid to speak the truth because you be kicking me off. It's weird. Like, you be kicking me off. Like, we can't say how we really feel. Like, how we really feel. Like, okay, yeah, we have to compromise, and so do you.
We don't have to
Because at
compromise
the end
nothing.
no, we do have to
I
compromise.
said you do.
Because,
We don't have to compromise.
yes, you do.
You
I
can
mean,
take it or
listen,
leave it. We don't have to deal
and
with you.
oh, Prince, see, you trying to trigger me. You're trying to trigger me. You're trying to get me to say something out of pocket. But I'm not going to do that because I don't want to get kicked off tonight. I'm being a good girl. I just got in trouble again a couple days ago. I'm being a good girl. Prince, yeah, we want you. Women want men. I want you. I absolutely adore your attention. And I don't know you, but like I would love to be in your presence and in your company.
We get in the room, Dub.
We can get it. Well, let me finish. Let me finish. Like, yeah, I feel all of that way, but like only a normal man feels that way too. I'm not attracted to men who are not attracted to women, who do not want to be around women, who do not enjoy the company of women. So yeah, I said what I said. I like you. I want to be around you. I will crash the fuck out on your show for sure. But I don't like this whole like I could go or leave you da 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 da. No, I don't know a single straight man who could like take me or leave me. Straight men,
The boy did.
they
The boy
want
who
to be
had the
around.
fire cock took and left you.
Hmm?
Huh?
I didn't hear you. Repeat it.
The boy you said had the fire Johnson. He said he would take it or leave it. He said he'll leave it.
No, the fuck he did not, Prince. You know me better than that. I've never ever been with a man who could take it or leave it. Let me work that. Oh, see, you about to get me kicked off. Let me work that thing one. Prince, no. That nigga just called me today. I can literally, even though I think you unblocked me, but I can send you a screenshot right now today of him trying to hit me up.
So listen,
And you know why?
you
Because
don't
he
think you have
likes
to
women.
come in
He's not a
if you got
weirdo.
kids. Stop. You don't think if you got kids and you got dating blemishes on you that you have to come in and make it worth me entertaining you. Because listen, I'm telling you guys, you really don't know how we feel about dating single moms. We don't listen. We lose some respect to a degree from our peers, right? It signals to the world. Listen, we know
Mm-mm.
what you've been doing.
Mhm.
Whoever you got that baby by, that man has had you swinging from chandeliers, sweating and peeling paint off the bedroom walls. Everything actually that I would ever want to do to you likely has already been done. Or else you wouldn't have let a man nut in you and give you a child, right? If you got two children by two different men, we know you have been busted down and blew out in all facets of it, right? So we're not saying that we're so insecure that we'll get rid of it, the idea of messing with you, but that stigma is still there. Do you understand that? Listen, let me ask you this, Dove. A woman who has a child by a man, is it fairly conceivable that that man has had that woman pretty much probably in every position available?
Absolutely not. No,
What?
it's not conceivable. But Prince, hear me out. It's not conceivable because just because you can give me a child doesn't mean that you're a good fuck or a good lover.
It doesn't mean if I'm good. I still had you flipped over while I was sitting down. Like I've
Maybe
probably
they
peed
didn't,
on you.
Prince. No,
So you'll
look.
give me a kid, but you won't let me explore your body to my will. How does
No,
that
no, no.
sound?
I didn't say that. All I said was
So
that
hold
like
on, maybe you missed. I'm asking you, do you believe that a woman who has a child by a man, the man who she has a child by, has probably explored sex with her at a very heightened level, trying a new hole, her swallowing, and all of those things? Could you conceive that they've done pretty much every nasty thing that couples would do to each other?
no. I mean, I could conceive it, but it's not Prince, first of all, I'm a woman. So like you're asking me a question about what women experience. I'm a woman. Please do not try to convince me that you know more about the woman experience than a woman. And the answer is no. Like
Substantiate
giving
your
a
point,
woman,
Doug. Substantiate your point.
I don't think you want me to. I will if you
So
want
you
me to.
believe that women are out there letting men nut inside of them, but they're only letting them do it missionary style, and that's it.
No, all I'm saying is that it only takes missionary to give a woman a child.
Do you
And
believe that that's
trust,
what's happening out there?
I think
Or
that
do
that's
you
what happened.
believe that men are smashing these women multiples of times?
I think that that's what happens a lot. And you told me substantiate it. I will substantiate it. I lost my virginity at 19 years old, but I had an IUD. So you already know I'm 30 now. I had an IUD when I was 19, and the guy I lost my virginity to was a fucking terrible lover. And I had never had sex before, so I didn't know what I was doing. And if I did not have an IUD, I damn sure would have gotten pregnant by a terrible, in your words, missionary lover. He was terrible. He didn't flip me inside out. He didn't pee on me. Maybe I wanted him to.
So you
Maybe,
believe, so you believe, well, it doesn't matter what you believe. What we're telling you is what we
it
believe.
does matter.
No, it doesn't. We believe that you've been ran through the ringer, even if you've been in a long term
You don't
relationship.
believe that, Prince. Stop.
If you've been in a long term relationship, you've been ran through. You've given head, you've likely swallowed all of that stuff. And now I got to take you on with a child added to it.
Prince,
This is what I'm telling you. Listen, this is why I'm
this is
telling
so
you
weird.
guys. This is why I'm telling you guys. Give me a second, Doug. Listen, this is why I'm telling you guys, being a single mom comes with a stigma. It comes with a thing that causes it to not be a fair deal for a man because of all that men have to endure by dating a single parent mom. For one, I have to be attached to your child. I have to do things to your child that I would do to my own child, things like that. I have to be there for your child. I have to basically guide your child through life. I have to deal with the fact that I'm not going to get the amount of props that I would have gotten if you didn't, by my peers, if you didn't have any children. What our peers think about us, it matters a great deal to us. It matters a great deal to us. What about single dads? What about them? That's a very vague question. I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, I don't understand that, AJ. What about single dads? What about them? Oh, I apologize to you guys too for having to jump off of the set day before yesterday. I had an appointment that I forgot about. Listen, shout out to AJ for gifting the member badges up in this situation. Love it. Rocking with your brother over here. Listen, shout out to EJ over here setting it off. Yeah, I agree. Dawn, the answer is yes. Your logic is completely off. He should not make himself available. Listen, you are responsible for the outcome of your life. If 1,000 men come by and want to smash you, it is up to you if you allow yourself to get smashed. So don't nobody want to hear that. The man shouldn't be doing it. The man shouldn't make himself available. Your life outcome is up to you based on the decisions that you make, you alone make. So you guys got to stop that. You guys kill me with this selective equality. Listen, if 1,000 guys hint at you that they want to smash, it is truly up to you if they get to smash. So it kind of irritates us when you guys try to play victim when you open your legs, and you open them so very often. The everyday man definitely in this situation. Subscribing to the show. Shout out to Biggs in this situation. AJ in the building, gifting Stacey Prince with a mother. AJ up in this joint, keeping the electricity on. But listen, this is what I'm telling you guys. A single dad, not for me. Well, you come on up here then. Yeah, we women are in control. No passing the buck. I agree. All right, give me two ladies up here. If you got any questions, any disagreements, come on up. AJ.
Yes.
Tell me how your night is going.
Great.
That's what I'm talking about.
Absolutely, no problem.
Good stuff. So you said no single dads for you?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
Absolutely, unequivocally no.
Listen, shout out to my brother AJ in this situation. Oh, matter of fact, it is. Yeah, that's real. Listen, so why is you so low? So listen, I got a question for you. Why is it absolutely unequivocally no?
I don't want to raise another woman's kids.
Oh no, but listen, hold on. Can't we agree that the kids typically don't stay with the dad 80% of the time?
I don't care, but he's still responsible for it, and I don't want to deal with it.
Hold on.
I don't want to have Christmas with it.
Oh, okay. She terrible over here.
That's not for me.
Right? Okay, I go for that then.
Never will be. Nothing to do with nobody else's kids.
Okay, so you do know that shrinks your options significantly.
I don't care because he's not an option with a kid. No, it don't shrink nothing. My pool is without kids.
Okay, so are you in a relationship now?
Yeah.
How long have you been in a relationship?
3 years.
You guys stay together?
No, I'm not staying with no man.
So is he obligated to not cheat? Or can he cheat? Can he fool around with other women?
You saying am I in agreement with that? Do I have a problem?
No, I'm just asking. Would you understand if he fooled around a couple times?
Absolutely not.
But you saying you don't have any plans on staying with him.
Say what?
You said you don't have no plans on you guys ever living together.
Not until we're married. And he's fine with that.
Right. So you guys are you even open to getting married?
I'm engaged.
Okay. Have you ever been married?
No.
When are you guys getting married?
I married but one time.
When are you guys getting married?
2027.
What month?
April.
Okay. Big one, small one?
It's going to be a just right one.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
So listen, let me ask you a question. Do you believe that, I'm not saying they hate them, but do you believe that if men have a choice, they would prefer to date women who don't have kids over women who do have kids?
Well, I can only imagine that they would feel the same way as I do.
Okay. So if a man gives a woman who has a couple of kids an opportunity, do you believe that because she came in a little tainted, a little flawed already?
No, I do not. I don't believe that she should lower her standards because she has kids. She could have kids from a husband that's passed away.
It doesn't matter. Hold on. No, hold on. You just said you don't even want to spend Christmas with them.
I don't.
So why should he have to?
He don't have to. It's his choice.
Okay, no. So you think she doesn't lose? You think a woman who has a couple of kids doesn't lose any value?
Well, it depends on your definition of value.
Literally lose value. Like there's a recorded one man paid $1 million for a woman's virginity. Another man paid $964,000 for a woman's virginity. That clearly lets you know that less usage is more valuable. If you're talking about a woman who has had 2 children, you think anybody would give $1 million for her coochie?
Well, absolutely. That's not what they're paying for.
They're paying for her virginity.
That's right. So if she's lost it, they be paying.
Okay, so some value got lost, right?
For them.
For her, she no longer qualifies for that opportunity.
Not for him, she doesn't.
Okay, so listen, I got to ask you to substantiate that. Do you believe, and I'm just asking a simple question, do you believe that women did lose any dating value for having kids?
They lose dating value in regards to the men that don't want kids. They lose value to the men that don't want kids.
So you don't think that they lose value in the eyes of society? And I know you remember this. You're of age enough to remember this. You remember where the churches used to shun women who ended up pregnant and didn't. It was known she wasn't in a relationship. You remember when women used to get shamed for that?
Well, absolutely, but the man never did.
Listen, it's the woman running.
No,
No, it's no. Hold on. It's the woman running around with the stain on her.
Yeah, but the man staying too because he helped.
He's not staying. He lives way in Alabama, and no one even knows about the kids.
That's not fair. That is the dual.
Life is not fair. Listen, is it fair that women can have sex so much easier than men can? It's not fair. Is it fair that you listen? Is it fair that you guys get a lot of business opportunities because you can unbutton that top button and the supervisor of that job or the CEO, you can gain favor with them? Is it fair that you guys can do the same crimes that we do and your hold on. Our penalties in the judicial system are 3 times heavier than yours. Is that fair?
Well, when you look at the fairness in the judicial system, you got to look at the whole race element.
Okay, well look at it like this. When a woman gets shot down in the streets, is it considered worse by society than when a man gets it? Yes. The world talks about it. If a woman gets gunned down, the world talks about it.
I don't know what society you living in, young man. When a human being gets shot down in the street, gender has nothing to do with.
Oh my gosh.
That's a life.
So why is it that women can commit the same crime as men and get less punishment by 3 times?
Well, you'll have to talk with the legal system.
No, we just know that it is a double standard. Double standards exist. Listen, do you believe that women can get flown out to see Drake and get turned into a music singer just because of how beautiful she is?
That is on Drake.
Ma'am, if I can't have an adult conversation with you, there's no need in even talking. No, I'm not talking about is it on Drake. Do women have, okay, so is it true that a woman can start an OnlyFans page and make $1 million in a day?
Yeah.
Can men?
I don't know. If he's doing the same thing she's doing to the same audience, I don't know. There's a lot of things that has to be considered.
No, it's not.
Just gender-based.
Okay, so do you believe that there's more male strip clubs in America than there are female?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Ma'am, are you trolling me up here?
What's troll? Why would I troll you?
Listen, let me ask you. I want to ask you this. Hold on. I want to ask you, do you believe that there are more female strip clubs in America than there are male strip clubs?
Yes, I do believe it.
Okay, ma'am, that's what I'm telling you. And do you believe that those female strippers make more money than the male strippers? By far.
Yes.
Okay, hold on. No, hold on. Now, that's one of the double standards that you have to eat. Listen, you guys age worse than us. That's a double standard. Life is not fair. You talking about some fair stuff, that's actually childish conversation.
It's never been fair and it will never be fair because resources are not fair.
Okay, so why did you complain about a man not having to share the blemish on his image? It's one of those things. It's a double standard. 80% of the time, the children live with the kids. I mean, with the mother. So if me and a woman start dating and after the movies, I want to take her in the house and ravish her body. When we go over my house, we can strip buck naked as soon as we walk into the living room. But when we go to your house, shh, the kids.
Yeah, but see, look here. That is just by design.
But it's real though.
Yeah, it's very real, but it's by design.
So listen, let me ask you this. Do you think that we can go to a car dealership right now, and if you take a car off the showroom floor, but on the way home, you wreck it a little bit, do you think that you could still get what you paid for it when it was on the showroom floor?
No, you're not going to get what the same.
Okay, so a woman who loses her virginity, is she still as valuable as before she lost her virginity?
So now how you going to know who got their virginity?
It doesn't matter. Let's just, for the sake of the argument, we say we know.
because it's going to be a lot of that don't have.
Ma'am, listen, I'm asking you a simple question. Do you believe?
I'm answering.
No, you're not.
I am. I'm answering you, but see, you don't think it through.
No, ma'am, you're being childish, to be honest. You're talking about, well, who's going to run around and tell you they lost their virginity? I'm saying that is a hypothetical for the conversation's sake.
My point is for you to base value of a female on her virginity. How you gonna know it's there or not?
And ma'am, I'm saying if she told us.
Okay, well, if she told you, then she open for whatever comes.
Ma'am, hold on. Just hold on. If she told us, do you think that she loses value opposed to when she didn't have lost her virginity? Do you think a woman who loses her virginity is just same equal dating value as a woman who didn't lose her virginity?
Yes.
So the woman who loses her virginity, she loses value, right?
Yes.
Okay, that's all I'm saying, ma'am.
In terms of her being a virgin.
No, in terms of men wanting to select her. Men would rather have somebody who does not have a body count than to have someone who does have a body count.
Let me ask you a question. How many women proclaim to be virgins that are not?
We don't care about that, man. We're talking about, because we don't listen. You're doing hypotheticals. We're talking about the ones that you know for a fact lost their virginity. But my point is this: the reason that we know they lose their virginity in Africa, the dowry to pay for a woman is, I think, is 12 cows. If she's already lost her virginity, it goes down to 11 cows or 10 cows.
Well, yes, by nature. Yes.
That's all I'm saying, sweetie. So listen. So hold on. So if a woman loses her value and comes into a relationship, how can she make up for her dating value loss? What things can she do to make it seem like a fair deal? Because it's not a fair deal. A woman who has had multiple sex partners or has a kid, she comes into this relationship in the hole. So how does she make it seem like a fair deal to the man that he take her on?
I do not agree with that statement in no shape, form, or fashion.
You just said women can lose value.
Just not value as a woman, not value as a human.
Okay. So listen, can a woman sell her body on street corners and lose value?
Why? Because she's selling it cheap? Is that what you're saying?
No, because she's selling it, period. Does she lose value as a woman? Or is she still considered a top tier woman?
Listen, see, you got a whole bunch of societal propaganda all up in all of that. All of that. Because see, whether she's a virgin or whether she's not a virgin, yes, if she's not a virgin, she's not considered pure, I guess.
Yes.
Okay, but my point is this. The purity is not all gone because she's not a virgin.
Ma'am, we didn't say it's all gone, but significant impact has been done to her.
That's the way you sound. You from the way you're talking, it's like, well, now.
Ma'am, you just agreed with me that a woman loses her some of her dating value.
Well, yes, because she's not a virgin. If a guy is looking for a virgin.
Okay. So listen. So what about a woman who has children? Does she lose some of her dating value as it pertains to trying to go into a relationship with someone else?
Well, the numbers do go down because men don't want kids.
Okay, that's all I'm saying, sweetie. That's all I'm saying.
Women don't want them like that either.
What do you mean they don't want them? No, we don't. Name a man who's in, listen, name a famous man who lost value because he had kids.
I'm not talking about whether they famous or not.
No, I'm just saying, name somebody that we both are familiar with who lost value because they had kids.
I'm not talking about
I know Future can't beat Future got like 8 kids and they won't leave him alone.
Well, I don't know nothing about how many kids.
Nick Cannon got like 10 kids. And women still want to sleep with them. That's what they're doing. A lot of them want to.
That's them.
So why did you say that men lose dating value when they have kids? Apparently they don't.
Because they do, as far as I'm concerned.
We're not, what you're concerned about doesn't matter. You're one person. That doesn't matter.
Yes, it does.
How does what you think affect the world?
I'm not talking about the world. I'm talking about me. I came up here talking about me. I never came up here talking about you or nobody
We're
else.
talking about right and wrong. We're talking about facts, and
That's where the stigma is. That's where
there is no stigma. Is it okay to touch little kids?
Hell no.
Okay, so there is no damn stigma. It's wrong.
How in the world you gonna equate touching a little
There
kid?
is a such thing as right and wrong, ma'am. We can measure it by the outcomes and the
But
results.
that's not in the same arena.
It doesn't have to be. You said that right and wrong is a stigma.
Lord. Say what?
You said right and wrong is a stigma.
No, I did not.
Ma'am, I told you we're measuring off of what's wrong and right, and you said that's a stigma.
What I'm saying is that based upon the stigmas where the right and wrong get all twisted up into everything. But a woman that is not a virgin does lose value in terms of her not being a virgin.
She loses value just by having sex. You're not supposed to be having sex for no reason. That is reserved for your husband. It is reserved. Oh, I know King David and all of them, they had like dozens of wives.
But it doesn't matter about King David. My question to
It does. That answers your question, doesn't it?
No, it doesn't.
So if God said, listen, the Bible says David was considered to be a man after God's own heart. And even David, even Solomon, all of them had multiple wives, dozens of them. Some of the most beautiful women on the planet.
So how much do you know about King James? Let me ask you that.
I know enough about him. I know the Bible was translated. The manuscripts were translated by his team. It doesn't change what the manuscripts are.
But when it comes down to the man that he was, how much do you know about that?
Well, they say he liked other men. What's that got to do with what we're talking about?
Well, you want to introduce the Bible. Take another deep breath.
What are you, like 70?
No.
Be honest.
No, why I gotta be 70?
Well, because it seems like you're out of touch with a lot of things.
No. I think you're the one that's out of touch. I think that you're the one that glosses over stuff and you massage facts.
Give us an example of where I've said something that's not true or could be proven wrong. Give us an example.
Listen. When it comes down to you recognizing,
give us an example of some time that I massaged a fact.
to you recognizing that what's good for
Give us an example of me massaging a fact.
You refuse to answer what's good for a
No,
woman.
listen, you said that I massage facts. Give us an example of me massaging facts. Because if you're accusing me of something, surely you have an example of when I've done it. Come talk to me, AJ.
You know when you're doing it yourself.
So basically, you're admitting that I don't massage facts.
Well, you do. We all do. We all do. We all do to suit our own agenda. We do. We do.
So that means you're accused. That means you're accusing me of something that you do as well. So why did you feel fit to bring mine up?
Well, whatever we feel will get us what we want at the time. That's what we do.
Oh, okay, so ain't no need in pointing mines out there, right?
Well, no, because you're going to deny them anyway.
Shout out to EJ. EJ say, ma'am, your logic is full of shit. Your sisterhood failed you. Do you believe that the sisterhood failed you guys?
Absolutely not.
So you believe that women getting, I believe this. I believe women should not have been given equal rights. Listen, I believe this. I believe women should not have been given equal rights. I believe they should have been, if men got 100%, they should have been given 40%.
That is obvious. That's your belief.
Listen, hold on, sweetie. Hold on. Now I'm going to ask you a question. I want us to talk like adults. Name me something good that happened to communities and families in the black community once women got their rights.
Well, when you talk about women getting their rights.
I can barely hear you, ma'am. Can you talk up or turn your phone up?
you speak of women getting their rights, you got to bring it a little further.
Sweetie, see, that's why I say I know I can't even have a. I'm asking you a question. Can you name something good that happened to the black community?
That's what happens.
No, you're trying hard not to answer my questions.
No. You're not giving me time to answer it because see, you don't want to look at all of it. You want to just look at one.
But I asked you a simple question. It's very simple.
Well, see, here's the difference between your logic and mine. Here's the difference between the way you process and the way I process. I look at all of it.
Ma'am, I am pleading with you to name me something good that happened to the black community once African American women got their rights.
And we get them. That's my point. That's my point. Just like you sitting up there saying you advocating for us to.
Ma'am,
Blah, blah, blah,
name
blah.
something good that happened by way of women getting their rights to the black community.
Employment, education.
The study showed that was bad for you guys.
What study is that?
When people filed when people file divorce, 80% of the time it's a woman. And if she's college educated, it goes up to 90% of the time.
You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right.
So that's how it was bad, ma'am.
That's not how it was bad.
You turned into worse people.
No. We turned into people that stood for what we want and believed.
So why are you guys the most single group of women in the world, despite being only 13% of the population?
Because that's what we're choosing.
You're choosing to be stupid?
That's not stupid. You said
Raising children by yourself isn't stupid?
You said single.
Ma'am, how many, listen, what percentage of women in the black community would you say have children?
I don't know.
It's around 75, ma'am.
Okay.
And you have multiple children by multiple men. So you think it's smart for you guys to choose to be single but keep on pushing out bastard kids?
But see, initially you were talking about college educated women. So now you've taken black women just in general. That was not the question I was answering. That was not the question I was answering. You're going to stay on point? Stay on point.
Okay, ma'am, listen to me. I asked you to name something good happened to the black community by way, and you said, listen, ma'am, you said the ability to be able to work and the ability to be able to go to school. And I pointed out to you where that wasn't a good idea. We didn't get off topic.
Listen, yes, you did, because it was a good idea.
So why are you the most single group of women?
To be able to be independent.
So listen, let me ask you this. Do you think that our women today are more classy, more respectful, and have more dignity than our great-grandmothers?
Well, when you take black women as a whole?
Ma'am, I just plead with, okay. So what got worse? Hold on, no. So tell me what got worse. Since you say the women of modern times, today's women, since you say that these women weren't as high in quality as our grandmothers, tell me what changed.
Values.
Right. Now, why did they change? Because you guys got the freedom to sleep around with multitudes of men. And you started doing it.
That is not true. That's not why. That's not why.
So tell me why these women's values sank.
Because as integration came to pass, and okay, see you because
Man, we're talking about way after that. We're talking about even now. Listen, you guys are more educated you're more educated than our grandmothers were. Yet your lives turned out worse.
you cannot speak on that as a whole.
We have the statistics on it.
That's not true. That's not true because when you look at the statistics, there are far more. Listen, there are far more, and there have always been far more educated black women than there have been black men. Why is that?
Why is our reputations better than yours?
Why is that?
Why is our reputations better than yours?
Answer me. Answer me.
We don't give a damn. Our lives turn out okay. You guys go get educated and you F your lives up. Who cares? Listen. Who cares if you're smart with a bad reputation? African American women have been ranked the most undesirable group of women to date on the planet. Are you kidding me?
Men long before us.
Ma'am, hey, listen, check this out. You can look this up yourself. Black men have been ranked the most desirable group of men to date on the entire planet.
Listen, I don't know what in the hell you talking about.
Look it up. Look it up.
But look, it was because of the black woman that the black man survived.
What?
Yes, because
Ma'am, you guys are one of the worst things that happened to us.
always carried the load, and you know it.
Ma'am, you guys are the destruction of the black community. Are you kidding me?
Are you kidding me?
All these listen, do you know that African American women, since 1974 up until now, do you know you guys have went to the clinic and got 20 million fetuses sucked out of you? That was enough for us to be 60 million deep in America. And you guys went to the clinic and had, you know what I'm talking about, abortions. Went to the clinic and got sick. And listen, went to the clinic and got 20 million fetuses sucked out of you. And still got 2-3 children by 2-3 different men.
That was because the black man was not standing up to do what he was supposed to do.
Man, we don't even, listen, you guys are having children and we don't even know who the fathers of the children are. Are you serious?
Stop.
Ma'am, are you telling me you don't believe that?
Man, stop, because you're full of air now.
Ma'am, Doug Christie is going through it. Doug Christie is going through it right now and he's a millionaire.
I don't care who's going through it. Doug full of it too.
See that black woman behavior you demonstrating? It's what destroyed the black community. You don't even have anything to prove me wrong, but you're just saying, man, stop it, you're wrong.
Throw a label on somebody just because you thought you can talk louder than I can and because you are the host of
My information is better than yours is what it is.
Well, you don't know what my information is because I haven't given you any.
Okay, watch this. Prove me wrong when I say that there's an epidemic proportion of black men not knowing who the father of the children are.
No one can prove you wrong because you refuse to be wrong. As soon as
If you ma'am, I'm asking you right now to prove me wrong.
it's useless, it's pointless because
I beg of you to prove me wrong, ma'am. Listen, I want to be quiet right now, and I want you to prove me wrong. I'm going to be quiet right now, and I'm asking you to give me some information that will prove me wrong. I'm going to be quiet.
Listen, what's your name again? Stacy.
Listen, ma'am, I'm going to be quiet. I want you to prove my information. You said you don't believe that there's a mass epidemic of black women having children and not knowing who the father really is. I'm asking you. I'm going to be quiet. I want you to prove that wrong.
I'm tired of arguing with you.
I figured that, ma'am.
Okay, yeah. Well, I'm glad you did. Because, see, listen.
This is how women like this is how our children came out so messed up. You don't want to be wrong, but you can't prove that you're right. I can prove mine. I always have numbers on when I speak to you.
That's what you say. That's what you say.
So do you think it's true or false that black men are more desirable on the dating market than black women?
Well, now that the dating market is wide open, yeah.
Okay, that means your guys' behavior is very bad.
What?
That means black women's behavior is very bad.
It doesn't mean that.
Ma'am, you just agreed that black men, listen, do you agree that black men's dating value is higher than black women's?
Since the world has opened up.
The world opened up for black women too. What the hell does that mean?
Listen, you're not hearing what I'm saying. You're not hearing what I'm saying.
I don't think anybody is.
Okay, well, I guess I need to go. You have a good night.
You too, you too. Imani, why don't you bring your ASS up here? How about that? You come on up here. Talking about why are you talking to him? You come on up here and lay me flat out. How about that? Listen, do you guys think it bothers us when you call us down low and GAY? What is wrong with you? That stuff does not bother us. Jeez. Shout out to my girl Kay up in this situation. Listen, my bro said she was sad for real. You know the bad part? Those are our grandmothers. Those are the ones who told the girls, just focus on your education. Now, don't you being caught up in no men. Just focus on your education. Those are the ones. This woman was just arguing and she didn't even have any information to defeat any of my information. Like she's just disagreeing just to disagree. And this is what we're talking about. Those women, once they get a hold of information, they keep it, they lock it up, and they push it off on the kids. Could you imagine children being raised by her? She can't be told anything. Talk about what the granddaddies told the grandsons? What? I don't know what that means. What did they tell us? Be men? Like, I don't know what you're talking about. Shout out to EJ in this situation, rocking out, supporting the show. Shame, guilt, insults, and need to be right. Ma'am, I don't believe that you even have a man because I doubt any man would be able to take you any of serious. I agree. Who the heck would sign up for that? Shout out to Alvin in this situation. Soft spoken is definitely in this building. It's crazy. Listen, just think about that though. Just think about that. This woman has raised some kids. Can you imagine having information and you will never upgrade the information? You won't never listen to anybody else's information. You, for years after years after years after years, after your information outdates, for years after years after years, you keep on saying that information is still valid and you won't listen to anybody else. That means you are passing down outdated software to your kids and your grandkids. Can you imagine what the grandkids are learning once they bring the grandkids over there for her to watch them while they're out of town for the weekend? House probably smelling like chitlins. She teaching the little girl how to cook chitlins. This is what I'm telling you guys, man. A lot of these people who raised our kids were inadequate as it pertains to raising our kids. That's how our kids came up messed up. That's how our kids came up messed up. Hey, shout out to AJ with the super chat. He says she sounds like she doesn't have teeth. Listen, shout out to AJ. AJ said, imagine coming home to that every day. I'm telling you, you don't know what you guys do to us sometimes. Listen, AJ said, dang it. What the heck is going on? What the heck is going on? AJ said she negatively impacts pleasant social spaces. Like, I'm just telling you, man, could you really imagine having to hear? And the bad part about all of that, this is this. She's not the only one. We know that there's many of her in the black community. This is a woman in her 60s who doesn't know that children cause women to lose dating value. That's nuts. That's nuts. Look, Flatbush said she was draining. I'm not gonna lie. Said, where's my passport? Will Fit definitely in the situation moderating over here. Listen, people, give me a couple of people up here. If not, we're going to wrap the show up. Give me a couple of people up here. You can disagree with the show, or you might, if you have questions as it pertains to lifestyle or dating, or disagreements with the content. If you have a disagreement, request up, or if you just have a question, dating advice, lifestyle. Hey, Monique, you don't realize that that's the reason that nobody likes black women. She says because we love peace over a MF and man, F a man. But I bet you have kids by one. That's where all of this is coming from. And you probably have a son with a mouth like that. If you have a son, why are you running around here with F a man in your mentality? That's crazy. Miss Monica. Most of these women have taken on a feminism and got sons. I wonder what their sons are being taught. Shout out to my bro AJ, definitely in the place. Nah, we gotta go one more time. It definitely gets harder. She said, I'm a single mother of two. Listen to this man. He's telling nothing but the truth. Listen, we're not telling you. The only thing that we're telling you is there's some obstacles. You can get over the obstacles, but you have to be willing to make a deal. There's nothing wrong with making a deal. It's crazy. Miss Monica. Miss Monica. I could barely hear you at all.
Okay, give me 1 second.
All right.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you. Tell me how your night is going.
Oh, it's okay.
You got any disagreements? Got any smoke for me?
No disagreements, no smoke.
Listen, let me ask you this. Do you believe that women, do you believe that women lose value on the dating market in the eyes of men per each child they have?
What I would have to say, well, it depends on the man, because the majority, well, I don't want to say the majority. Some men say yes, and some men would say no.
So you believe the majority of men prefer women who have children already?
No. So what I would say was half and half, kind of, because some men don't care and some men do care.
No, they don't care to an extent as they can't change it. So I'll go ahead and deal with her anyway. But what percentage of men would you say, if they had their pick, they would pick women who didn't have children? What percentage of men would you say?
The majority.
Yes, it's going to almost probably be 100%.
And I would say at least 75% of men would pick a woman who doesn't have any children.
I agree. So that means that a woman, listen.
Because who doesn't and never,
Exactly.
you know.
Okay, so it's okay that she loses value because here's the thing. She can make a deal. Huh? What'd you say?
I didn't say lose value. So
You don't think, okay, so does a woman who sells her body on the streets lose value in the eyes of men?
yeah, she lose value in the eyes of everything.
Okay, does a woman who touches little kids lose value?
Yes, definitely.
Okay, does a woman who's looking to get hold on, does a woman who's looking to be in hold on, does a woman who's looking to be in a serious relationship lose a large amount of options if she has a kid? Let's say she had a pool of options like this. Now that she has a kid, does that option get significantly smaller? Okay, she loses dating value. Let me ask you this: do you have any children?
Yes, I have a daughter. I have one child. She's 21.
Okay. Well, we're going to pretend that you have a son. Are you a good mother?
Girl. So she's 21.
Hold on. We're going to pretend that you have a boy. Are you a good mother?
Yes, most definitely.
Okay, so if you had a boy, you would love him to pieces, right?
Yes, of course.
What if he came home one day at the age of 25 and said, "Mom, I wasn't going to say nothing yet, but I've been talking to this girl. She got 3 kids by 3 different men." Would you encourage him to date that woman? I didn't say would you stop him. I said would you encourage him like that's a good thing?
No, I would not, but not because she has 3 kids.
Why not? What would be the reason that you wouldn't encourage it?
Because he's too young to settle down. Like 3 kids.
So would you say hold on.
Older.
Hold on. Would you say the same thing if she had no kids and he was 25?
Finish my sentence and explain why.
Well, you can't get too far away from my point, though. It sounds like you're about to get away from what we're talking about.
No, I wasn't.
All right.
I wasn't. Now, if he was older, like in his 30s, and he picked someone with 3 kids, then yes. But my son at 23, no.
I said 25.
Oh, well, 23, 25 is not.
Oh, okay. So listen.
I would say no.
If he came and he told you he was thinking about dating a woman who had no children, would you have a problem with that?
No.
Okay, ma'am. Are you listening to what you just said? You said if the woman didn't have kids and he was 25, you wouldn't have a problem with it. But if she did have kids, you would have a problem with it.
Yes, because he's too young to be taking care of somebody else's kids.
Okay, ma'am. So we're in agreement. It does do damage to her dating value, even in your eyes.
Well, I'm more looking at my son. He's too young to take on all that responsibility.
But he's not too young. But he's not too young to date a woman who doesn't have kids. At 25, see, you're acknowledging that it does affect. Listen, you're acknowledging that her having kids does present itself as a problem.
Well, not a problem. It's just too much responsibility on my 25-year-old son.
Is it a complication?
Yeah, it's a lot of responsibility on my 25.
Is it a complication?
I mean, complication.
If he goes into that relationship with that woman, will his life get complicated a little bit trying to provide for somebody else's child, trying to discipline somebody else? Will it get a little bit complicated for him?
Yes, a lot complicated because he's only 25.
I agree, but we know that it wouldn't get complicated if she didn't have children.
Now, my 35-year-old son, it would be different because he would be more established.
So listen, you do agree though. Let's be honest. Okay, so a man who's 5 foot, do you agree that kind of taints his dating value in the eyes of women? He's only 5 foot. Most women would pass him up. We know that because they did a survey and it suggested women are only attracted to 20% of the men they cross paths with, meaning 80% of men they're unattracted to. So what does that say about a man who's 5 foot?
I mean, they say that. Like,
oh my gosh, ma'am, stop it. You know good and well that 5 foot, he can probably not even protect you at 5 foot.
Are you gonna let me answer? Or?
I just wish you would be telling the truth up here.
I'm on your side.
but I want to answer the question. So he's 5 foot. So a lot of women would say out loud, "Oh no, 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 no," but deep down inside, yeah, she gonna go for that 5 foot. Really, she just wants somebody, But out loud, she would say no, 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 But that's all fronting though, because a woman front a lot, but really, like the person they're looking for is not who really waiting on them at home.
I agree. Now listen, when a man goes into a relationship and he's broke, does he lose value in the eyes of the dating environment?
Yes.
Okay, ma'am. So when a woman has had a few sex partners, does she lose more value than if she had stayed a virgin?
If she's young, then
It's
yes.
crazy.
I mean, it depends on the age bracket.
It doesn't. If that woman has had several sex partners, she loses value.
So how old is the woman?
25. And she's had 20, listen, and she's had 20 partners.
25 or 20 sex partners is too many.
Okay.
No, that's too many.
Okay, I
That's
agree.
too many. Now 35 or 45, I mean that's still too many.
Yeah, we've never supposed to have had 26.
Yeah, that's a lot though. Yeah, you right. Okay, you got me there. Yeah,
Do you know what you have to do to accumulate 20 partners?
I mean, like then you gotta factor in the one night stands and all that.
Yeah, and listen, when you factor in the fact that according to Bible terms and things like that, we were supposed to get married like before we even ever touched somebody. When you factor that in to a person having 20 bodies, you had to just be out there kind of giving that thing away. And that's what we know. Listen, did you know that men can tell when a woman loses? We can tell when a woman has been out there on that dating, on them streets doing a lot of sex. Did you know that? Just in her behavior. It's in her behavior.
Oh yes.
It's how she dresses. It's how she talks.
And the way she feels.
Yes, I agree. And that's why, listen, that's why some women, hold on, that's why some women get treated the way they do. They say men ain't shit, but no, you got treated according to what that man examined your value to be. That's how we do that. We don't just find amazing women and say, she's so soft-spoken. She's so feminine. She's just amazing every time I see her. I think I'm going to treat her bad. We don't move like that. We don't move like that. When we see a woman who's that valuable, we kind of get sprung over her. We kind of do. We kind of start feeling some way. Yeah, we listen. We go buying gifts and everything.
Because men, they kind of like to do things like that, but you just got to kind of make it easy.
I think this. I think women are complaining about men, but they don't know that the reason we're not doing a lot of those old things that we used to do for the women is because women are acting like they're not valuable. They don't even lie about having a lot of sex. They say it all over social media, right? They show us all of the boobs. Yes, dressed half naked.
You also got to take into account that, men, not trying to get on men.
You can get on men, I don't mind.
Me personally, like, I feel like, so my king is going to be a black man. But anyway, I'm going to put that to the side. Like, men can also, like, be kind of harsh now,
Mm-hmm. Tell me what you mean.
And then what they don't understand, what women don't understand is...
Tell me what you mean when you say harsh.
So I'm going to just say this. It doesn't matter how another person is acting or saying. Mm-hmm. Just don't lose yourself.
Okay. I can receive that.
And I feel like, so with these men, well, like the men who are doing that, don't respond to that, because then you lose yourself, because two wrongs don't make a right.
Yeah, but if you respond to it adequately, oh shoot.
You can't do what he do because you feel like he
don't. We lost it. I tried to catch it. I tried to catch it. I guess that's it, people. I saw it. I should have just plugged it up. She was actually a very naturally beautiful woman. You have a question. It's serious as cancer. Go ahead. Seeing how I done got us booted off of here. Yeah, people, it's time for us to cut out. We out close to the 3-hour mark. Jeez, man. All right, I guess I can't get TikTok up anymore. If anybody got any questions or pushback on YouTube, talk to me. Talk to me. Yeah, it's over with. Respect, respect. I have a son and I'm a single mother. What advice would you give me knowing I can't raise him to be a man? That's actually very smart of you to know that. So you got half of the battle won. This is something you're probably not familiar with this show. I highly, 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 highly encourage single mothers this. What your son needs more than anything, he needs a boxing gym membership. There he will be around other masculine people. He will learn. There will be kids there who have had their father in his life, and the things that their father has taught them will be getting passed on to your son, even if it's certain quotes that their dad told them. Well, my dad told me if a man, doesn't hang out in the streets, he can get more done at home. Just things like that. Your son will be getting passed down third-hand knowledge from another man. Not only that, he will develop high levels of confidence because after about a month, they'll let him get in the ring and spar other children his age, and that's where he'll really develop high levels of confidence from. His confidence won't only stem in the gym. He'll have confidence. He'll have confidence in life. He will feel, listen, I can't tell you. I cannot. Oh, Monica's still up here up in this situation. Yeah, the phone died on me. Give me a second. Give me a second. Hold on. Give me a second, Monica. Hold on, Monica. Give me a second, Monica. There was a woman who asked me a question. Listen, so Miss Chapman, that's what I would highly advise if you're a single mother. You really need to put your son in other contact sports with other young boys. He's going to bump into a lot of boys who have their father in their lives, and therefore he's going to learn a lot of things. I'm not saying that your son doesn't have his father in his life, but it's very, 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 very important that you enroll your son in boxing. Listen, your son is going to be so advanced. Listen, I'm going to tell you guys this. Listen, I'm going to tell you guys this. When you put your son in boxing, a whole different thing happens. It makes you, or when you go get yourself in boxing, it makes you respect boxing way more than you did previously because you learn the element. Learn that these kids to remember combinations. They are learning how to instinctively do this and turn when somebody throws a punch at them. What that's going to do, I'm not telling you to teach your son how to be good in fighting. I'm telling you, it's going to round your son off very well. He's going to be more confident. He's not going to miss any of the masculinity that he would have had if he needs that really bad, and it's not going to cost you much. So that's what I would advise. Make sure that you get your son in some type of boxing gym, something that he can belong to, where he's interacting with other young boys. Miss Monica, go ahead.
Can I ask you a question, Tracy?
I can barely hear you.
So can I ask you a question? Can you hear me now?
Okay, I can hear you.
Okay, I can ask you a question, and this is strictly for myself.
Talk to me.
It's personal. You know, 'cause my daughter's 21 years old. You know, I had her when I was 16. So I'm 37 now, and I'm single. So am I in that same category as older with kids?
Your daughter's 21. You talking about as far as dating?
Yeah, because I'm 37, so I don't have like little kids.
No, I think
You know, I'm a
that's very
grandma.
important. That's a very important. Like
Yeah,
when the
come my
kid,
like
when the
I'm gonna
kids are
give you a little
20.
more context. I'm gonna give you a little more context. So my grandson is 3. I have a grandson. He's 3, but I have one child. She's 21, and I'm single. You know, I work. You know, boom, got my crib or whatever. But I don't really go out a lot
Listen,
to
where are
be
you at? You
dating.
on the East Coast
Mm,
somewhere, or you in
No,
Baltimore?
I'm from the Bronx, but I live in North Carolina.
Okay.
But I'm just asking for my own personal, like, you know, um, question. Like, so am I still in that same dating pool as a single mother that's over 35?
Nope.
Because my daughter is 21 and I'm over 35, but I don't have no little kids.
That matters a lot.
So where would you put me at though? I'm asking you.
I would put you in like you're a viable candidate because you're a naturally beautiful woman. So I don't see what's holding you up. Your daughter is 21. No man is going to come into a relationship with you thinking that she poses as a problem, right? Because she's probably going to have her own spot within the next 5 years. You see what I'm saying?
I got my own spot now.
Well, I'm talking about your daughter.
Oh no, she has her own spot now. She lives
Oh
like 5
yeah,
minutes from here.
sweetie, you didn't hit the
Mm,
what
she
we
has.
call. Hold on, you didn't hit what we call the reset. It's when you get your fresh start.
Yeah, I'm ready for the next chapter of my life. You know.
I would advise you to continue looking how you look, like being natural looking. Like once you start adding those other things, we put you in a certain box. Like once we see women with the long fingernails and glittered in makeup, all the long eyelashes and all of the hair weave and stuff, we just automatically put them in the sex only box because
So I don't wear a lot of weave, but I will do like my braids sometime. Like in the wintertime, I'll
all
get
right,
my hair braided.
all right.
But you know,
But
I don't do nails.
you still have naturally attractive
Yeah.
hair though, so it's
I
all
like to
good.
wear my real hair. Yeah, I keep my hair wrapped. As you can see, I keep it wrapped. I don't go to sleep without wrapping my hair. No bobby pins. Put that in. No bobby pins.
So hold on,
Um.
So listen, what's been the problem dating? Have you been getting help?
So my sister. It's crazy question that you asked me that. 'Cause my sister told me a few weeks ago. She was like, "Monica, you gotta get out the house to meet someone. 'Cause he's not gonna knock on the door." But
So do you
I
like
guess I'm kind of set
concerts?
in my ways. I guess I'm kind of set in my ways. Like I be home. Like so when I want to turn up, like, I get everything I need and sit home and just chill. I turn my little music on and I'll be chilling.
You
You
know
know.
that's not gonna get you a man, don't you?
I know, right? I know, right? No, no, no. So listen, I started. So I joined this little dating site,
Right.
but it's weird though because I feel like I'm rusty.
Well, you are rusty. You're very, very rusty,
I
and that
am.
happens to men. That happens to women. When you haven't exercised those dating muscles in a long time, you will get rusty. You will. So I think dating sites are good for getting you back on the right track because you're interacting with people, right?
Right, as far as conversation,
Yep.
right? Because this one guy I talked to on a dating site, he was like, "Oh, you give one word answers," and I'm like, "Because it was a simple answer." He was like, "Oh, I'm boring," and he didn't want to talk to me no more. I was like, "Okay."
you
He was like, "How you
probably
doing?"
w-
I said, "Fine."
you
You
probably
know.
were off a little bit as far as the dating.
Yeah, I know.
We'll just acknowledge it though. It's good that you acknowledge it. You know what I mean? Because now you can start. Listen, here's what you do. When a man says something to you, you don't have to do this all the time, but respond to him and then ask him. Like if he says, "So where do you go to church? Where do you typically go to church?" You can respond and then ask him, "What about you?" That's as simple as it has to be for you to keep a conversation going.
And I'm gonna give you an example because I was talking to this guy on this site. So he was like, "Hey, what are you doing?" I was like, "Watching Law and Order," and I was like, "So what are you doing?" He was like, "I'm at work," and then it just went silent. He was like, "Oh, that's it." Like, that's literally what I'm doing. That's literally what I'm doing, watching reruns.
But see,
I'm
we
about to
take that
like,
we take that as a type of
yeah.
rejection. We take that as a type of
He
rejection
asked me
when you're
what I
that
was
dry.
doing. He asked me what I was doing. I said, "Watching Law and Order." What are you doing? He said, "At work." So I said, "Oh, okay." You know.
Okay, so why didn't you say, "Oh, okay, so what do you do?" You got to keep the
No,
conversation going because
he
there.
asked me
Hold
what I
on,
was
hold
doing.
on. There's a lot of pressure on men to keep conversations going. There's a lot of pressure on us. Seriously.
And no, he didn't ask me what I do. He asked me what I was doing
I think it's better that
at the moment.
I think how you are is better than if you weren't that way. I think you're a little bashful and things like that, like my girl Kanai said.
I am very bashful.
I
I
think
am.
that's a good thing. That's your
I'm
feminine
kind of
traits
corny a
coming
little
through.
bit.
Hold
I'm
on,
kind of corny a little
Miss
bit.
Ainsley.
Hey, how you?
My life is absolutely amazing. Tell me how your day is
And
going.
I am absolutely fascinated
That's
with
what I'm
that.
talking
How about
about.
that?
That's what I'm talking about. What, you got a disagreement with the content?
I have concerns.
Talk
Let's say
to me.
concerns.
Talk to me.
This gets single moms married. How? Mm-mm. Uh-mm. Mm-mm.
You know what I'm talking about when I say this gets single moms married?
I do not. Please enlighten me.
She's got to make a deal.
What kind of deal?
Well, she has to let's say that a woman. What percentage of men would you say prefer if they had their say so? What percentage of men would prefer to not have to deal with a woman who has children? What percentage? If they had their choice.
If they had the choice, they would say absolutely not. And I
Okay.
will give you the statistical data why. It's not beneficial to men to date a woman that has children because it's going to put him in a causewheel. It's going to put him in a bad position. It's going to put him in a bad light. It's not going to be beneficial for him to raise another man's seed.
Okay. Now hold on. Now here's the thing. Here's the thing with that. Now, if there's something that's causing me to, even though you got these kids and I don't like it, if there's something that's still causing me to consider you, you're going to have to make the deal fair. That's what I was talking about when I said this gets single moms married. She's going to have to compromise. Listen, she's going to have to be the type. Hold on. She's going to have to be the type to where if she's not that feminine and things like that, she works to become feminine. She learns how to be more cooperative instead of mouthy and things like that. Listen, I'm going to go a step further. She's also going to have to be the type. And we're talking about just the average looking woman. She's also going to have to be the type to where if her dude is a good dude and they've been together for a year or so, if she caught him cheating a couple times, it'd be in her best interest to not leave.
What?
Yeah. Tell me how listen. Tell me how it gets better by leaving. Tell me. How do communities and families get better by women leaving?
It doesn't, and I'm going to give you a reason why. If, in fact, you are a woman with children and you want a man that is willing and capable of having sacred space for you emotionally, mentally, socially, and all the things, financially, most important, I would say go into polygamy.
But we're not talking. We're not talking about that. We're talking a regular relationship, traditional relationship.
And I'm saying for regular, it ain't gonna work, baby. It's not.
It can work. She just has to sweeten the pot. Listen, let me say something to you. Do you know that we have to negotiate and make a deal pretty much every day in life, even as it pertains to when you go buy a
negotiate.
Okay, well, you get taken advantage of.
I'm a power broker.
Hold on. That means if you don't negotiate, that means you get taken advantage of because you're not.
That means I know my worth.
Listen, you got to hold on. It isn't about your worth. When you need a car, you're going somewhere to buy the car. And if he says, I'm not negotiating, if he says, I'm not
negotiate,
you have to negotiate.
You have to negotiate.
The number one rule of negotiating.
You gotta have some skin in the game.
Listen, wait a minute.
You gotta have some skin in the game.
Wait a minute, Monica. Wait.
Hold on,
I'm
baby.
gonna help you, baby. The number one rule of negotiation is do not negotiate it. Do not. That's gonna put you in a problem.
Listen, let me say this. Hold on, Monica. Hold on. Listen, I'm going to say, Monica, hold on. Hey, only one at a time up here. Listen, Miss Ainsley, I'm gonna tell you this. This is gonna sound bad, but what you just described sounds like the bad stereotype that black women have.
The what?
The bad stereotype that is attached
What
to
is
black.
that? I don't know what you mean.
Not negotiating.
The number one rule of negotiation is do not.
How can you ever get in a relationship if you're not willing to negotiate or compromise?
Yep. You didn't say that. See, those are two different words. They have two different meanings.
It's the same thing.
No, it's not. No,
because
I'm a
compromising
wordsmith.
is what you're willing to put
say
up with.
that to me. I'm too smart for that.
You know what they say about people who say that they're smart?
Can I respond? Can I respond?
And I don't care.
I feel like I got something to say.
I don't negotiate.
No, hold on, Monica. Listen, how long have you been married?
I don't ever want to marry, and I would never.
Ma'am, the reason you're saying that is because you can't get married. That's why you're saying that.
I've been engaged many times.
Engagement is nothing but a cop out. Engagement is a cop out.
I would never marry a man.
Okay, so listen.
Never.
I want you to listen to me. And don't interrupt. Just listen. Right now, tell me. I'll tell you what type of woman I'm attracted to. Tell me the type of man that you're attracted to. Describe him to me. Is he 6 foot? Describe him to me.
My ideal man, Stacy, is deceased.
See, it's getting difficult for me to have a conversation with you like adults.
I'm being an adult. He died 2 years ago. That was the only man for me. I will never have another. I'm done with that.
Okay. Well, you could still have better viewpoints than that, though. We all have to negotiate, all of us.
Okay, but I don't. I have a godfather that buys my cars. I have people for things. I put people in places for me. I don't negotiate. I let other people do that. I can afford to let people do that. Okay?
You from the hood, right?
Absolutely not. I don't even know what that means.
Okay.
I've been a pampered princess all my life.
Soft spoken.
Hello, good evening.
Tell me how your night is going.
Thank you, Thriving.
It's going great so far.
Okay, what have you heard that does not meet the bar of logic? What have you heard that is wrong? What do I have? What do I have wrong? What have I said that's not right?
Well, you have not said anything.
Okay, so I have another question for you then. I have another question for you. Do you believe that we all have to negotiate and compromise in life?
Of course.
In almost everything. In almost everything. We have to compromise with our cars in order for it to get us where we want it to get us. When that thing needs some gasoline, we have to work that out.
I don't.
That's fine. That's fine. Hold on. Stop it. Miss Soft Spoken. Give me an example, or do you believe that we have to compromise throughout life and negotiate?
Of course.
That's
we
what I
have to
thought.
compromise, even as simple as deciding to watch a TV show. If I love cooking shows and my man doesn't want to watch a cooking show, he wants to watch
exactly.
I don't know, that action movie. Then we have to compromise.
I agree.
Say, I watch your movie, you watch one episode with me. You have to compromise.
If you want things to go smooth in life. Now, you can take up the mentality that it's going to always be my way, but life won't allow you to move like that. Miss Love You. Love You.
Yes.
Tell me how your night is going.
It's going good.
What do I have wrong? Do you believe that we all have to negotiate in life and compromise?
No.
Give me an example.
Huh?
Give me an example.
Why are we negotiating?
Well, because I thought we all had to compromise and negotiate to get, what we want without making it seem like an unfair deal to the person we're getting it from. When you go buy a car, do you just give them the asking price? If they say $38,000 on the thing, do you just say, here's my 38, or do you try to talk them down?
No, I tell them how much I'm paying. That's just
okay. That's negotiate, sweetie.
Oh, I didn't know. I don't talk. I just say I'm gonna pay this. You gonna give it to me or not?
Yeah, that's negotiable. We all have to negotiate in life, or things will definitely not go well for us. They will definitely not go well. A lot of people see respect in you being willing to negotiate. When you're trying to steam those and just bully people over, that's when they stick firm to their guns and they're like, okay, I don't even want to sell it to you no more now. We have to compromise. Soft spoken.
Yes, sir.
Do you believe, I've asked you this before, do you believe that a woman who comes in a relationship and she's very average looking, not ugly, not fine, she's average looking, and she comes into a situation with 2 children by 2 different men, do you believe that that woman loses some of her dating value?
Yes.
Okay. Do you believe that because she has lost some of her dating value, that if a man is willing to consider her, that she has to sweeten the pot, add something in that makes it look like a fair deal somehow?
Yes, 100%.
And see, that's the issue. Listen, these girls who they are busted down and got kids by different men, and they still walk into this thing like, I'm so and so. I don't have to negotiate. They think that they have the leverage of the women who are very pristine, the women who are very virtuous, the women who are desired amongst men, the soft women. See, that's the issue right there. They don't know that they have to compensate for the value that they lost. So you would have to learn how, if you got 2 children by 2 different men and you're trying to date men, because it's an unfair deal already, you have to be like soft spoken.
Submissive.
Yes, you got to make this seem worth it. Other than that, it's not worth it. I can go get a woman who doesn't have kids to treat me better than you. So you better figure out a way to convince me to deal with you and your kid. Love you. Do you disagree with that? Do you disagree that a woman who has children has to make it a fair deal? She has to sweeten the pot.
No.
So do you believe that women lose value when they become single mothers?
No, it increases.
Okay, tell me how.
Because we are creating life.
You're creating a problem.
Wow.
Listen, do you believe that 80% of the people who end up on the streets, end up committing crimes, end up in jail and things like that, 80% of them were raised in single parent mom houses?
Then maybe we should stop having children.
You think? We've been saying this. We've been saying this. You guys are having children without the fathers attached to the children. You're using sex as recreation, like whenever you're bored. And listen, not only that, the guys get to go raw.
So maybe we should stop having smacks.
Yes.
In romantic relationships.
Yes.
I agree with that. Just stay celibate.
Yes. If you're not in a relationship, why would you be out here letting multiple people bust you down?
You know what I think? I think if you're a single mother, you shouldn't be in a relationship. Because then you risk having a man to come and do harm to your children. So it's better off just to stay single.
No, it's better off to not have that child in the first place if you're not going to be with the father.
I'm talking about single mothers.
Yeah, but she wouldn't be a single mother if she got married before she got pregnant. She wouldn't be a single mother.
Yeah, but what if he unalives? What if he walks outside? She's still a mother. So in that case, if he walks outside and he got hit by a car, he unalived, then you should be single forever.
Do you think women perform better when they're away from men, or do you think that they perform worse?
Statistics and science say they perform better.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. Where do you look at what you guys have done to yourselves? Look at you. You're walking around with fingernails long as swords. African American women have been ranked the most undesirable group of women to date on the entire planet. And you're only 13. Listen, not Africa. African American women who are only 13% of the population. Well, let's say 7% of the population. You're only 7% of the population, and yet look how you're performing. Look what you've done to yourself when you got outside of the supervision of men. You have multiple children by multiple men. Most of you do. Overwhelming majority. It's getting different. You're pinning children on men who aren't the father at an alarming rate. You're out of control. You need the supervision of men. You're out of control completely. The world is talking very bad about black women. They got memes of you guys all over social media, running up in mani-pedi salons, getting manicures and pedicures. And when the people are done, you jump up and take off running out of the salon. You guys are out of control. When you guys are estranged from the men, okay, so what is your faith? Are you Muslim, Buddhist? What is your faith?
Oh, I don't worship any religion.
Where do you get your understanding from then?
Understanding of what?
Of life, how we're supposed to proceed through life.
I'm very intelligent.
Okay. Okay. Well, according to your own beliefs, do you believe that two heads are better than one?
Two heads are better than one.
Do you
Depends
believe
on the
two
head.
paychecks up under one roof is better than one paycheck up under a roof?
It depends on how much you make. Because I make more money than most
Ma'am,
men.
listen to me. Listen to me, though. Listen. Do you believe that two paychecks coming under one roof is better than one paycheck coming under a roof?
Yeah, if it depends on the amount.
It doesn't, ma'am. Whatever you make, if one more person comes in, he only makes $10 a year. That's what you make plus $10.
Well, I don't do men who make less than me.
You mind camming up?
No.
Because that's some mighty strong talk.
So
Well, do you mind if we see what you look like?
I don't do men. I could look like a rat's ass. I still don't do men that make less money than me.
How's that been working out for you?
Well, I make my own money, and I don't really like relationships with men. Men really want me. I don't really want them. I picked up.
Oh,
since I haven't
so
found
you
somebody for a
basically
cricket.
are like sexual,
No, I'm not sexual. I don't have smacks. I
sweetheart.
don't. I wouldn't allow one of them in my body.
When's the last time a man touched you?
10 years.
What's the purpose of that?
I value myself more than I value a man.
So why did you say you select them?
Because if I want them, I pick them.
So that
They
means you've
can't
picked
pick
some people.
No, I haven't seen things worthy.
But you just said if you want them, you pick them.
Right? If I wanted one, I'll pick one. But I haven't picked one. I don't see them value.
You wouldn't mind camming up, would you?
I told you I could look like a rat's ass.
Well, I just want to see.
This is me. This is my picture.
There's filter, there's makeup, but it's all good. Our only reason, Miss Soft Spoken.
Yes.
My question to you: what do you think a woman was created for?
A woman was created to be a man's helper, not to be somebody burden for them.
Yep.
Just basically to help them, support him. And I mean, nowadays, yeah, the woman can work, but then I guess it goes to
She still needs to know her role.
yes, of course, yes.
My point in bringing that up was this, and I want you to hear this, Miss Love You. My point in bringing that up was this: when cars separate themselves from batteries or gasoline, it doesn't go well for them, right? When lionesses separate themselves from their pride, it doesn't go well for them. There's not a lot of things that you could name that once separated from a core aspect goes well. It typically doesn't go well. So when you say I don't find men useful and things like that, well, that's only because the day has not come where you will find men useful. There's a day coming. We saw these women all over social media when the shutout, when women lost their food stamps and stuff. We saw all over social media women ready to negotiate now, right? And that's the unfortunate part, that American women, they've never experienced anything really, really, really rough. So therefore, they don't like those women in the Middle East. They know the value of their men because they see their men performing on a regular, saving them from things, right? But over here, since they gave women the right to work, Women don't get to see the men save them until certain things happen, like civil unrest and riots, and which is coming. You know, there's probably a race war coming in the next 7 months, something like that. That's when women will see the value, and it's always been that way. Men typically get used as a utility. Like when we need you guys, that's when we come. Please help us, protect us. But when you guys are up and you got your bag up and things like that, I don't need no man. You disagree with that, love you?
Strongly disagree. Like, to be honest with you, I think I'm gonna go the rest of my life without a man. And
Okay.
to be honest with you, somebody said it best. They said when you become single, you start to have the life that you would if you was in a relationship. Women like me. So because most men are needy, they always need something. They're very unattractive. I can't stand or take a needy man.
Well, I want to say this to you. Do you believe that we attract who we are?
Who we attract, who we are.
Who
I
you
get
are,
what I
we
feel
usually
like
attract somebody very, very similar to us. So why is it that you're attracting men who are needy and want something?
Oh no, oh no, no, no. I'm too powerful. They can't have this.
Well, but you said you're attracting men who are needy and want something.
I mean, all men and women are attracted to
How come
me,
you can't
but I'm
attract the
too
men who
powerful.
aren't
Anything
needy
they
and
can
want? How
have.
come you can't attract the high caliber men who aren't needy and want something?
There's the man that I would choose don't exist. I mean, like, I don't think any man is good enough. I attract men and women. I'm too valuable.
Mm. Yet you won't show your face on the camera though.
Yeah, it's a boundary. She shows her face. Look at her.
Right. That's you're making my point. So listen,
No, this is a
why
boundary.
is she willing to show her face and you're not?
She's not as powerful as me.
I think a lot of men would disagree. Are you trolling me up here?
No, I'm dead serious. She
Well,
wishes she could be me.
you say she wish she could be you.
Absolutely.
I believe that. Like she just that's all she thinks about night and day, ain't it?
She wish she could be me.
Okay, but listen now, I'm gonna ask you something now. Would you mind turning that camera on?
No, I set boundaries. I stick to my boundaries. Men do what I tell them to do. I don't do what they tell me
Okay. Okay.
they want me to do.
Okay. Can you tell me what the problem is with you camming up?
No, it's just a boundary. Whatever I want, I do. I told you that. I get whatever I want.
Okay. No, that's right. Um, so men can't tell you what to do.
No, not really.
Thriving.
Hey, Mr. Prince, I came to say hello to you and beautiful spoken. I saw her last time on your show.
Yes. Tell
And
me how
you,
your night is going.
it's time to go to bed really. I have maybe 5 good minutes. What you got for me?
Okay, my question to you is this. What do you believe? Because we've had conversation, I understand. What do you believe woman was created for?
Okay, what I believe. So this is not a debate. Okay, I honestly believe first and foremost that we were created to be able to bear children. Okay, and I know when I said this, women get upset with me. Everything about us, our bodies, our cycles, heck, our body fights against us when it's time to mate and make children. When we stop, when a time comes where we stop from having kids, our body says, now you're gonna alive. We have to fight to be alive, okay? This is just a biological fact, it's scientific. I'm sorry, Ainsley, it's scientific. You can't fight science. You can fight religion if you want to, but you cannot fight science, okay? We turn 40, 50, our body says, you know what? We're gonna shut you down. And then you have to go get hormones to stay alive. This is a biological fact. I'm sorry. We are meant to bring forth children. Now, when it comes to the value of a woman, now, Mr. Stacy, this is where we might not agree. I think a woman's ability to bring forth children, although I feel like as a culture we've gotten it backwards, where these kids don't have full support from both parents. I think a child itself, if you take a child as a separate entity, it is a blessing. Even the one you call Jesus, right? He really didn't come within a wedlock. The way he came about, it just kind of gives the rest of us hope, right?
No.
That the Most High still values, you know, a child. A
If he
child is
still
a
values
separate
a
entity, it's
child,
valuable.
then why does he give you specific instructions on when to bring one into this world?
No, I agree with you. I agree with you. I just feel like a child in itself is valuable. It's just not offering the proper tools both parents. It makes that child's life a bit more difficult. So then the question is, are we really wanting to make this child life difficult, or can we choose better, right?
Okay, so listen, let's do this. On the dating market, do men jump up and down for joy when he encounters a woman who has children?
I wouldn't know because that's something a man will have to say. Now, this is why I have to
From
give you a question.
hold on. I can't let you evade it. Now we're gonna talk like two adults. I want a straightforward shot. Tell me, do you believe that most men prefer to date women who already have children?
I Based on what you guys say, I don't think so.
Okay, so would you concur? Listen, I'm gonna be honest with you. A woman has to be pretty beautiful to pull that off. To get a quality man, she has to be above average beautiful. She can do it over and over until she starts aging out. An average looking woman, if she has 2 kids, she's going to be in some trouble. Do you agree with that as it pertains to being able to get somebody, a quality man, to lock her down? Do you believe that?
Well, does he have children too?
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
No,
Um,
men having children, it doesn't matter because my children don't affect me in your relationship in the least. My children stay with the
is he
mom most
wanting?
likely.
Is he wanting more children?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Listen, on the dating market, do you think it affects? Okay, so listen, me and you are talking and we're having a good conversation. We're talking about us. We're having a really good conversation. And I see 2 children over there in your car. Do you know what those children represent? They represent something else that I'm going to have to take care of and invest in.
Okay, so would it make a difference if I was self-sufficient and I'm taking care of my own kids? Would
No,
that make
it
any
doesn't make a
difference?
difference because I am still obligated to protect you guys and guard you with my life once me and you get serious.
So basically, you see it as a package deal. Is that correct?
It's a complication. Makes my life a little bit tougher. Listen, even when I want to bring some food over to your house and hang out and things like that, listen, whereas if it was just me and you, I could spend $25 at the chow mein place. But now that you
Okay,
have those
so
2 kids, I can't spend 25. I have to spend 50 now.
so what if I spend 25? You spend 25.
Are
Would
you
that
going are
sweeten
you
the
going to
deal?
be okay if you keep seeing me operate like that? Like every time I never step in and pay for your children's stuff. Are you going to be okay? Are you going to lose respect for me?
I honestly think these are conversations that need to be had in the beginning.
No, but
And I think that's
hold on. I'm asking you. Would you lose respect if I always just brought something for 2? Would you lose respect for me knowing that those kids are in your house?
But Stacy, if you remember, I already told you I don't date for that reason,
Listen, but
right?
I'm asking you though. I'm asking you. Would you lose
Mhm.
respect for me?
I would ask. I would say, hey, I notice you only bring food for me and you. Maybe next time, so we don't offend the children. Can you give me heads up? I can pay for them, not a problem. I can pay for my own.
Okay, so
But do
listen,
you
what you
mind? Do you
said isn't
mind if
true then. You said, what if I'm self-sufficient? That means it can't be because you still have a problem with it if I don't contribute to them.
I just don't want to offend the children
But
because
okay,
children are
it's
innocent,
still a
right?
problem, right? It's still a problem. Any way you twist it.
It is definitely something it's not a problem. It's just something you have to mitigate. It's something that you have to plan for. A problem for me, it would be like life and unaliving. A problem for me would be like you have a health problem, and now we have to figure out how to keep you alive. A
Okay, so
problem for
now what
me
about when
is you
somebody's
losing a
bullying
limb.
your kid at school? Now I have to go. What about when an adult male pushes your son down and your son is 11 years old? If I don't go up there and react, are you going to be okay with that?
Now you going up. See, this is why I don't know why you guys meet these women. See, if I was with you, Stacy, I want to protect you. I want to actually want to shove you in a situation that's gonna cause you harm or put you
Okay,
in
so I
in
don't
a
have
very
to. I'm
difficult
not
situation.
obligated. So
So
I'm not obligated to protect your children, then, right?
so we will have to talk and say, hey, my kid, listen to me. I will have to say, hey, listen, my kid is being bullied. What do you think we should do? Right? What can you give me an advice? Right? Especially if these kids already have a father. And this is what makes this step parenting really difficult. And the last time I was on your show, I told you I would prefer to raise my kids. And those who don't know, I'm a widow. To raise my kids, stay single, and not date, and not get involved in a relationship because it's complicated.
Okay, hold on, hold on, hold on,
It's
hold on, hold on,
complicated.
hold on. Listen, you just admitted it's complicated.
It's complicated. I won't call
Okay, so listen,
my my
if
issue.
it's complicated, that means when I do come into this thing with you, it's going to be complicated, right?
Yeah, but why are you coming into it? Then the question goes on to you. What is it that I'm offering you that makes it that you would
Because
be
I'm
able to,
thinking about it. I'm weighing your value and I really like some things about you. So I'm thinking, I'm asking myself, is it worth going into this and she has kids? Is it worth going? I'm trying to egg myself up to see the value in it because I value you. But I'm telling you that we wouldn't even have to be doing that thinking if you didn't have kids. We wouldn't even be there. I'd have been there and just locked you down.
right? So then why don't you guys just leave the women with kids alone? What are you messing with
Because
these women
I've
for?
become attracted to you.
Why? Because
It
I have a
doesn't
big
matter
booty.
why.
I have a nice big lips. What
No,
why?
because I like the way you sound when you talk, because you're very pleasant, because you kick off a very positive energy whenever I'm around you. So I'm weighing my options. I'm thinking about it. I'm trying to take myself to the point where I say, yeah, I prefer she didn't have kids, but she's just too valuable for me to lose her.
Right,
We
but
got to
now
think about this stuff.
as as a woman with children, right? Now I'm a
I'm
single
coming to
mother.
you,
By the
soft
way,
spoken.
being a single mother, I know you guys on TikTok make up your own definitions. A divorcee, a widow, those are single mothers by definition. I am a woman in a house with young children by myself. I am a
Are
single
you
mother,
single?
right? I am. Yeah,
Do
I
you
am
have
a single
children?
mother. Yes,
You're a mother.
yes.
You're a single mother.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
but I'm a widow, so it doesn't match the
You're
out of
still a single
wedlock
mother. You're
stuff.
still a single mother. No, I agree. It's better.
Exactly.
It's better if you're a widow. We respect women that are widows. We respect them better. We even respect it better if you got divorced because it means you tried to do it the right way and things like that, right? But what I'm telling
But
you is,
still,
let's listen. What I'm telling you is, you lose value. You don't believe that a woman loses value because of that?
having children, I don't. Then we
Your
have to go
children
into
are
the
a blessing to
definition of
you. They are a liability to me. Give me a
So why
second.
would
Give me
a
okay.
a second,
woman? May
Thriving.
I ask you a question, Stacey?
Hold on. Give me a
Why
second.
would a
Give me
woman?
a second. Soft spoken.
No, I just wanted to say, when you have a fiance or a boyfriend, um, and you have kids from other men, that man is automatically in charge of those kids. He's in charge to
Yep.
protecting them. He's in charge of, if he brings something to eat, he better bring something for them kids
Yep.
too, because that is disrespectful for somebody
Yep.
showing up. If my boyfriend, my fiance sends me food, guess what? He knows my daughter is here. He sends her food as well. He doesn't even ask me because it's common sense. And he's also protecting my daughter, even though he doesn't have to, but that's what a man does. And then
Exactly. I don't care what
he's
you
there to
say.
protect.
He is attached to the well-being of her daughter. Unless he's a
Yeah.
piece of crap man. You'd have to be a piece of crap man to be allowing her daughter to walk home, and she has something that she got to do. She calls you and say, "Could you please pick her up?" You're going to do it. You're actually going to stop what you're doing to go get that little girl. So therefore, her and the things attached to her life. We're talking about the little girl. Her and the things attached to her life, the complications that are attached to her life, the good parts of her that are attached to my life are a part of my life. She
Even when
becomes a
according
part
to
of
how
my
we
life.
are, according to how we treat them, they treat us the same. He opens the door for my daughter as well, the car door. I mean, it's just us. We need to be good women for those men. Because I mean, yeah. I mean, it's really really harsh for me to listen to all these women saying, "Well, I make more money than him. That is
It's
really
crazy.
embarrassing. Why would you even say something like that?
That's that
For what?
feminism. That's that feminism movement. Like, listen, that means that while you have that job, you're not capable of treating a man like a decent feminine woman. You always hold it over his head and things like that. And now you're neglecting a good man because you're steady tearing him down with all of your braggadocious compliments to yourself. Nobody wants to hear that. Is he a decent man or is he not? Go ahead, Miss Love.
So, why would a woman who loves and values and respects her children and herself, why would she interact with a man who thinks children is a liability?
Do you know what the word liability means? You don't listen. I become a complication when I come into her life. We're both going to become complications in each other's life. I'm going to piss her off sometimes. Whereas if I wasn't in her life, she wouldn't have just got pissed off. We're going to complicate each other's lives.
But why not just stay single?
Because we don't function at our highest levels when we stay single. We were designed to be coupled up. Two heads are better than
That's not
one.
true. Our clitoris is on the outside of our body. That's used for stimulation. We actually don't need, all we need to do is stimulate the little button on top.
Okay,
Our
did you
bodies
know
are
this?
made
Did
for
you know you guys
stimulation.
get desensitized when you do that? They have studies right now. You guys are burning yourselves out with those roses and things like that. A lot of you have desensitized yourself to where you can't even come now.
Because you owe better with the toy because a man can't make you old. 80% of all women won't ever experience it all.
Okay, here's what
They
I'm
will never
saying. Do you think
experience
that that's the way it was supposed to be? That women were supposed to be put on this planet and jack off?
you have a better sex life
But listen,
as a
sweetie, I'm
single
just
woman.
asking you a direct question. Do you think that whoever, if it's God, whoever it was who created all of us, do you think they said, "Now I'm going to put the women down there, and I don't want them to touch any men. I just want them to jack off"?
Why else would our buttons be on the outside, which is easy access for us to reach?
So how would societies get created then?
Listen, there's 8 billion people on the face of this earth. That's
Can
not
a
our
woman and a woman have a
responsibility.
child?
No, but soft spoken can have the children. That's what she's for. You use her for that. We drink martinis by the beach.
Oh, I understand what's going on now. We got some ratchet stuff going on. Do you believe that that's ladylike behavior that you're demonstrating?
I think that's beautiful. Why? I support her.
So
She wants
why
what
did
she
you put
wants,
the
and I'm
babies
not gonna
off
tell
on
her not
her?
what she wants.
Why didn't you put the babies
Because
off on
that's what
you?
she wants. She can say, "Oh no, I'm at the beach with the margaritas, baby. I like the margaritas. I don't want the children. Let her do it."
Got you. Thriving.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
Um,
You were saying
I
something.
think I think like you were saying earlier, we have to have a foundation of some sort. And for me, I believe in the Most High, and
I agree.
I believe in a bigger picture and a higher power that created us for a purpose,
I
not
agree.
just here to just do whatever. And each one of us, I think for women, and I know I lose most of you ladies, and that's okay. We were given the predetermined amounts of eggs, right? And our bodies literally goes through cycles every month for the
Yep.
purpose to reproduce. Now you do have free will to say, you know what? I don't want to do that. You can do that, but at the end of the day, I really do believe once we kick the bucket and we give our last breath. I really do believe on the other side there's a higher power that's waiting to take account of what we have done. You can believe it or not believe it. If it is true, you cannot change truth. That's just what it is.
I
And
agree.
so our free will is going to land us somewhere, whether in the light or in the darkness. It's just about a choice.
I agree.
Um, but when it comes to children, I have a very soft spot for children. Children are innocent. And I do believe there has been a few children we can look up in history who came into this world and not in the most favorable way. And I think that's how the Messiah came to show those who are at the bottom, those who are looked down, those who are called bastards, to give them a hope that they matter, that they mean something. And we have
I think that's
one
a
of the
stretch. I
most
think you're reaching pretty deep to suggest that that's what that
I
meant.
am. I am, and if you allow me, I will do it. If you don't allow me, I won't.
She
Simply
said,
put
I'm
this.
exaggerating, but just let me do it.
right? Let me just say this: those children do matter, and children are innocent until they can make decisions on their own and have the power to do
I
so.
agree with that.
So we have to be careful. We have to be careful with. Now, can I shame a woman or a man for the decision they made that
Yes.
implicated these innocent lives into that? Yes, absolutely. But let's not make children sound as though they are nothing, they have no value, they have no worth. We
Well,
have
they
to
are
be
definitely
very,
bastard.
very
They're
careful.
definitely bastard children now. We could look that up in the dictionary. I was a bastard. Probably still am a bastard. I don't care. I go with the dictionary definition of things. Why must we attempt to change that? Tell me. Because of how it makes us feel to say the truth.
Well,
I'm
I
a
mean, while you
bastard.
were a child, while you were a child, right? We're talking 3, 4, 5 years old. We have to treat you tenderly. Once you're
It
an adult, it's different.
was
You
I or
can't.
was I not a bastard even at 5 years old?
If so, is it appropriate
No,
for
I
me to
asked
tell
you,
you that
was I,
you lied?
according to the dictionary, was I a bastard at 5 years old?
I cannot say that word about you. I'm sorry. I have a line I can't cross. Why are you tempting me so?
I'm just saying, it is what it is. You know what I mean? Like, hey,
Right. I mean, I just say I love kids and children are innocent. And so
until they grow
I
up
have to
and
be
listen,
careful.
children are innocent until they grow up and they are old enough to carry one of those, right? They're old enough until, see, that child's going to be 16 one day. And then we're going to hear this.
What is right? But I'm not saying children cannot be corrected.
No, I'm
Right.
saying those children that we're
Yeah.
talking about, the bastard children, are the ones who are out there with the GUNs popping things up. It's not the people who were
Right.
raised in 2-parent households.
Right.
was you
Right. And
doing
that's
that?
why I
Yes,
said
ma'am.
we have to
Oh
we
no.
have to separate the two. Right. We have to hold the parents accountable for what they have done to put
I
their kids
agree,
in
but
this
I
situation.
agree. But that's why we're up here every day telling them to stop doing it.
So what do we do with the kids who are already here?
We
What's the
can't do
plan?
anything.
Leave
We
them
have to
then?
breathe them out. We have to start our own thing. We're not. There's nothing we're going to be able to do to get African American women to stop having children out of wedlock. So we have to create our own communities of people who think like us, people who cherish covenants and things like that, and we have to become a part of each other's community because there's a study that they did. The book Think and Grow Rich. They did a survey. I forget who it was. They did a study. There was a study done where they said from the time a person hears some information, 92% of the time, that person will never change their mind from the time that they hear them. So you can't change people. Once people inhale certain, beliefs and things like that, they'll argue with you and argue with you. They won't even have any good arguing points. They won't even have any good argument points. They'll just stick to, listen, look at us. Look at us. Black people have been voting Democrat for 60 years. And we can't even tell you what. I'm not a Republican or any of that stuff. I'm just an observer saying we've been voting Democrat for 60 years, and I can't name things that have gotten significantly better for the black community. So that's proof right there. We tend to stay on the course that we are. I've had women up here, and I've asked them, "Why are you a Democrat?" They say, "That's what Grandma said we was." Why are you a Baptist? That's what Granny said we was. This matriarchy, women being in control of society, has destroyed everything. This is why I say I believe if men were given 100% rights, women should have been given 40 or 50%. You guys have destroyed the entire black community. And I'm talking about women who just listen, guess what you keep fighting for? More freedom, more freedom, more freedom, more freedom, more. Like, think about this. Everything that you guys petitioned for and you got it, you found something else to ask for. Think about it.
So why we gotta ask?
Because you weren't supposed to have it. You guys are worse with this stuff.
So if men don't think we are valuable enough to have rights, why would we sleep with them?
Because they're whores. Are you kidding me? You guys petition for sex more than the men do. You guys are literally out here saying, "Up, I already smashed him."
No, I don't sleep with men. I don't sleep. I don't
Love you.
interact.
Love you. Are you towards the other team?
No,
Can
I don't. You think girl? I love and liking myself. I have self worth, dignity, and honor. I'll be damned if I let one of them in my body.
She is talking about
Why it
women.
gotta
She is
be?
talking about
Why
women.
it gotta be me on the other team?
She
Why
asked a
can't it
simple
be the fact
question.
that I like myself? Why would I want something like that in me?
No, I was just
Why would
wondering
I
if you
allow?
prefer
Why would I allow
the
one of
other
them to?
gender.
Agree to disagree in this situation.
Why would I allow one of them into the kingdom of heaven?
Love you. I was just asking if you prefer women over men. That's all.
I
You
just
don't have
told
to
you. I
answer.
just told you. Listen, no. I love myself. I would not have one of them. If he just sat here and said women don't deserve rights, and the way he sounds to me is he don't like women.
I'm gay.
So why would I want a man who don't like a woman?
I'm down low. Now what?
There you go. Don't it feel good to come out?
Yes, I mean, I feel so liberated right now.
You want me to bend you over? I got a 15-inch strap.
You don't play with me like that. You can take things too far. I almost said something to you. Yeah, I don't play that.
So let me just this. I'm not into this hating men just to hate men. You've got to have a reason. So either you are for the other team,
Yeah.
or
Yeah, her whole conversation was up here telling lies.
That is just trolling.
My guy said the hive-minded thought process of the black community. Yeah, that's nuts. Like, and a lot of people are sick of it. To be honest, a lot of people are sick of the team way of thinking instead of the like. And you guys don't like, not you, but like most black women, they're not even a part of the right team. They're still married to the American government, and that's whose bidding they do. But listen, I got to get up out of here. I appreciate you guys coming up and rocking out with me.
All right.
Thanks for having us. Appreciate it.
All right, you take care.
Good night.
Why is my head hurting? Treacherous says she definitely for the other side. Hey, we about to get up out of here. Sateria Pierce up in this situation. Listen, those of you who have not subscribed to the show, you need to get down with the program. Subscribe to our YouTube because we're not live on all of these other platforms all the time. When you see us live, we're live on YouTube, Facebook, and TikTok. But our primary, where all of the content is YouTube. I appreciate you guys rocking out with me. I appreciate all of my people who supported the show and all of my people who regularly support the show. You already know what it is. And we're out of here, people. We're gone, people. I appreciate you. International, Quiet Storm, definitely in the building.